in a day protocol, where dental implants are placed and restored with fixed teeth in just one day. It's time to invest in yourself. For a smile that's monumental, trust PI Dental. Visit pidentalcenter.com.
The working families of Laona Labor's District Council of Pennsylvania, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia are proud contributors to all aspects of growth in this great city. The Labor's District Council provides safe, well-trained, productive workers who enable projects to be done on time and under budget. We appreciate our signatory contractors and their commitment to fairness and equality. Laborers, we're building a better future today.
Brought to you by the Laborers District Council Licit Fund.
Summer is almost here, and it's the perfect time to start stocking up on easy treats from Tasty Cake. The baked peach pie is a sweet fruit-filled snack that feels like warm weather is on the way. And the lemon cupcakes are perfect for backyard hangs, weekend outings, and all those busy on-the-go summer days that are right around the corner. Simple fun and ready for the season ahead. Tasty Cake, accept no substitutes.
Talk Radio 1210, WPHT, WPHT HD, WOGL HD3, Philadelphia. Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Piazza Auto Group Studios, experience the power of one with 8 brands and 25 locations. Live and local from Philadelphia. The Dawn Stensland Show on Talk Radio 1210, WPHT.
December 9th, 1981. Officer Daniel Faulkner was working an overnight shift in Philadelphia when he was gunned down, murdered in the line of duty. His young widow, Maureen, well, she received that phone call that no spouse, no wife of a police officer wants to get. That visit changed her life. But what she did next and what she has done moving forward, it's an incredible story. My conversation with Maureen Faulkner.
Maureen Faulkner, as we think about families behind the badge, and nobody better but you as far as to talk about this, what it means to you. I don't even know how many years I've been interviewing you, just over, my gosh, it feels like forever, decades. And you always come back for this event. And I think of even last year. You were in the dunk tank, and we were having a lot of fun. But then as well, there's another side of it. And I think over the years, Maureen, you've told me that it's wonderful to be, joined by, so many great people, but it's a club you never want to be a part of.
That's correct. Absolutely. I always get in contact with the widows of police officers. They know if anything happens, I always have an ear. And, personal things go on when someone's killed in the line of duty that no one needs to know about. People are in just such shock. They have so much going on with them. And I am a person that I love our widow crowd. So we are a group that stay together all the time and talk about, what has gone on personally. And we keep it personal between us, some things, which is wonderful.
I think of back in 2009, it was right around Valentine's, John Pawlowski. And that's when we learned Kimmy, who was about 5 months pregnant, another officer had been shot. And for you, it became personal. She became a lifelong friend.
Oh, yes. That Johnny being killed was just, it broke my heart seeing her. And I let things calm down, and then I called her, and we talked for hours and hours and hours. And I flew back, and I stayed with her, and I had her go out and started walking.
Wow.
And that was the year that she started I had her do the Bend to the Shore bike ride.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And she was pregnant.
I think about that, as well. In a way, the bike ride, obviously it's the camaraderie, but it's also a great way of getting out there, getting out in the sunshine, like you're saying, finding a community that supports you, it's like therapy.
Yes, it is. It is therapy. Because I think when you lose someone young, some of these girls have babies, they have families, and that phone call, I still will never forget my call that I got when Danny was murdered. But you never forget that. And it comes back to you all the time. So I tell people that there is another life. You can go on. You will laugh again someday. You will have a life. You may not, it will may be different, but you will find happiness again. That's how I feel. And that's why the bike ride is so, so meaningful to me, because Bend to the Shore and Families Behind the Badge and Mark and the bike ride, they are so, so good to the survivors of of police officers that have been killed and the children, and helping them in such a good way. They really are wonderful and caring.
And that's one thing I think a lot of people don't realize, because these, tragically, these stories make huge headlines, even national headlines. But then beyond the headlines, it kind of goes away. Everybody forgets. And now you have a widow. And like you're saying, oftentimes I think of Stephanie Mack with her little kids and,
Stephanie, oh God bless her.
Yeah. I mean, day to day. And that's what Stephanie always says, how do I tell my kids this? Or they want their dad. So now you're coping as, the widow, but now you have little kids that you want to make sure that their dad lives on. In many ways, we're riding not just, obviously to raise the funds for the nonprofit, but as well to remind the kids, no, look at all this community is honoring your dad and the sacrifice that our family made.
Yes. It was interesting. I remember one of the most shocking things I ever had happen when Danny was murdered. It was 6 months after he was murdered, and I went out with a group of friends, my very dear close friends, and a woman came up to me, and I was grieving in the corner because it was a place Danny and I always went. And she walked up to me and she goes, "You're not over that yet?"
What?
There you go. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because people don't realize, unless you're the person walking in the shoes of the person that has lost someone to murder, just be so shocked, murder.
Yeah. And
people just, unless you walk in their shoes, you don't understand. And that's why the widows in Philadelphia, I love them. We have such a family, a close family unit. And the Mark and the FOP, Lodge 5, they've been wonderful. Yeah. And it's good. Philadelphia is great. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Philadelphia, because you are wonderful. Really. You keep things, we're close people in Philadelphia.
Yeah,
because I live in California now.
Well, that's just it. That's what I don't know that a lot of people even realize it. They think you're still in Philadelphia Marine because every event you're here. You're here in Philadelphia, and so you're still family. And I know you feel the connection. It was great to see your daughter, because over the years we kind of watched her grow up, and I know you're just so proud of her as well.
Yeah, she's coming this year.
Good.
She's right again. She's a little athlete. She does marathons and everything.
It's so cool.
She's more like her father than her mother.
Well, and that's another piece of it, to think about the police as you talk about, staying healthy. Even for officers, I always get insulted, even the way we report, even if somebody's injured on the job in law enforcement. And in the media, they'll say, and I know they don't mean it, because I know a lot of the reporters, but they'll say something and it'll sound kind of flippant, like, "Oh, and yeah, the officer survived, so they'll be back." And I always say, not for nothing, but have you ever been shot on the job? Even if you're shot, in the hand or the leg, that's some recovery, depending on what happened to an individual. Even if they survive, they still go through therapy, some people never can return to work.
Correct.
And I know that, some people might say, well, hey, that's, you knew what you were signing up for. It's a obviously dangerous job to protect and serve, but it's a long road to recovery. And that affects the whole family.
And I follow very closely Philadelphia. I practically live in Philadelphia, and I know there was an officer on Saturday morning that was shot.
Yes.
In Kensington.
Yeah.
And I've read some of the Facebook little flip-it notes, and I don't go for that. You know, the police officers in Philadelphia, they are there to protect you. And I think people need to respect officers. And, you know, it's just, as you know, and I feel between us, Krasner needs to go.
Well, I mean, he continues to get reelected, and I think relies on low voter turnout, quite frankly. But, you know, at this point, the speculation is, will he run for mayor? Will he go for higher office? You know, I don't know.
You don't know. I just know that, you know, officers killed. I think, please come to I'm going to be at the ride. My daughter's coming. I want everyone to come together to the city of Philadelphia because I just love the people that come. And I've seen people from all over the city, people that, not just officers, but just murder victims.
Yes.
Just victims come. It's not all about the police. It's about the victims. And Mark gives to the families. He gives to children in Philadelphia. He just does a lot. He does a lot of good.
Yeah, it's so true. And, you know, to your point about it, I think your greater point, Maureen, is an officer getting shot or law enforcement, it never should have been politicized. And you know, and I think that's a piece of it, that after what we saw, you know, in the so-called defund the police movement after that summer, I do think, and I have seen the Philadelphia community and many across the nation realize that, yes, there were certain things that maybe communities wanted addressed. But at the same point, I will say law enforcement has come a long way. The training by my son Michael right now is in criminal justice at Penn State Abington. And so law enforcement in general, and the training and the de-escalation, the way we view law enforcement has come a long way and has evolved. So I hope that the politics, or I should say the politicians who maybe tried to capitalize on some things, hopefully that evolves too. Because I think more and more the community would agree it's not political. It's about being safe, serving the community, and keeping us all, you know, crime free. We're now at historic lows with our crime, not just in Philadelphia. So I do hope that we've turned, you know, really turned and evolved with getting away from the politicization of, you know, law enforcement, which I think is a no-brainer. We should all agree on it, you know?
Yep. And it's like I said, riding in the bike ride when I come back and knowing the widows, and we all come together and we're able to sit down and talk, and we're able to reconnect with each other. And we do little private things too. And it's so heartwarming to be able to, you know, be able to, like Fitzgerald,
yes,
the Temple, you know,
Marissa.
I still know her, Marissa.
Yeah.
And just to, you know, be close and understand what's going through and think about it.
Yeah.
Because no one ever wants to walk in a police officer's shoes that's murdered, ever.
Yeah.
Killed in the line of duty.
Yeah, it's to your point, you know, many of you as widows walk that line, and it's your line of duty, if you will, you know, raising the kids. You just mentioned Chris Fitzgerald's, Sergeant Fitzgerald's widow, Marissa, and, you know, big family, lots of kids. And she now walks the line of, you know, just making sure that the children honor their dad, know how much their dad loved them. And that's not easy. You know, that's not an easy role to play, to now be both parents.
And she's a lovely woman, Marissa. She is lovely. And, you know, we've talked, and I, you know, like I said, no one understands until it happens to them. Their children, God bless them. And You teach them to be proud of their father and how he protected the city.
Mm-hmm.
And they defund the police, and all that movement that went on for such a long time was horrible.
Yeah.
Really.
And do you feel like that's something that you as widows endured as well? That time, unfortunately, in our nation's history. And I imagine you counseled each other even through that, because it has to hurt when you know what it's like for your husband, your loved one. For the Fitzgeralds, I think of Mr. and Mrs. Fitzgerald, for a lot of people, it's their son or their daughter. And that's hard to take.
Yes, it is. It's hard to take. And, and the demonstrations that went on. I mean, I remember in Philadelphia years ago, standing at a corner alone in a T-shirt, because I never wanted people to know who I was, and a woman screaming next to me, "Free Mumia." Screaming. And I just quietly walked across the street.
Yeah.
And said, okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
So.
And that's, for those of you who don't remember that period, or it's Wesley Scott who changed his name, obviously, behind bars and created a sort of a celebrity movement.
Cook. It was Cook.
But he's the convicted killer who had actually entered that agreement. And I was there with you and interviewed you at that time when Governor Corbett then tried to cut a deal. Yeah. I know. I digress. But this is, a convicted killer who took your husband, took his life, and the great Danny Faulkner. It's just, the whole thing is tragic. Nobody should have to go through what you went through. And the fact that now you bring to it a different energy. I mean, now at this point, I don't want to make it seem like it's all doom and gloom, because I think, to your point, Maureen, it's really coming together and saying, okay, we're going to breathe, we're going to walk, we're going to bike, we're going to get through it, and life goes on. And I have even noticed other people who are going through it. Some other people, they have, things they've survived, and they feel a sense of unity. Maybe they're not law enforcement widows, but they love feeling a part of something that's healing and moving forward, and also involves fitness and getting out and meeting new people.
Yes. And it's great. I mean, I just love coming to the run. I love being down in Jersey and people talking to me, and people come up and tell me different situations that happen to them, tragic.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm able to relate and identify with it.
Yeah.
And I think that's good too. I mean, and just everyone coming together. It's just, Philadelphia, you are a great city. You really are. And I love you. And I'll always be a Philly girl.
Yes. Yeah. Well, we love you, Maureen Faulkner.
We do. And, I still, really quick, I will never, ever forget George Bicchetto and what he's done for me with the case. Never.
Yeah, George.
He's a good man.
He is. George Bicchetto, great, really iconic local attorney, and fights the good fight. But he has obviously a great mind as a lawyer, but George is also all heart. So I think we love him for his good heart.
Yes, he is good heart.
So
very
true.
Love him.
Aw.
And I love the Rizzo statue.
Well, I wondered if you had any tips, like little pro tips for, different. My husband, Larry, was saying he's not going to ride it, but he'll be there. But he says, do you have the padded, he still talks, because this was years ago, and he still talks about the fact that he had this rash for like a week because he didn't know to wear the right shorts for the ride.
Uh-huh.
So what, tangible little tips do you have to give first time bike riders for the Families Behind the Badge Children Foundation bike ride?
Okay, well.
The padded shorts.
I will tell you one thing. Don't ever take the commit. One year I rode and I sold a commissioner's seat. that was riding with me.
Okay.
I can't remember what commissioner it was. I stole a seat because it was nice and comfy. he was riding with Mark O'Connor, and he goes, "What the hell's wrong with this seat? It's so hard." I stole a seat cushion. So that's what you need to have, a good seat cushion.
Good seat cushion. Yeah, so I'm working that out because your butt hurts. It's 65 miles. To be really blunt about it, we got to make sure we get the cushy seat. That's a good one.
Don't steal the seat off the commissioner who's riding.
Tee-hee, we won't tell, right? Secrets.
Oh, my God. It was the funniest joke for a long time.
I love it.
There's fun things that go on, too. And there's things that go on where, a great bike rider may end up with a flat, and you just like jump off and go, "Hey, come on, let's get together. We'll get this done." But, Mark, he always has such great support people on the side of the road. And they don't care like they do now, 65, 30, 10 miles. It's a fun thing. It's to bring your children. They have the bikes for the children. And it's all about the city and giving back to the families and supporting children in Philadelphia. So, and it's all a positive thing. So please, I'm asking everyone, don't make it political.
Yeah.
Because it is positive.
Yeah, we don't want it to be political. And we want also, I love that you brought that up, that there are always people, that it's safe because we have enough escorts. And then if you just say to yourself, wow, today is not the day, I need a little lift, I need a ride, there are always people who are going to support you. And you can throw and my husband, Larry, might be one. He says, "Honey, I'm worried about you. Maybe I'll follow along. And, if you need a ride, that's okay too." So there's no shaming. I think that's a piece of it,
No shaming. No. It's nothing like that.
Yeah.
It really isn't. It's just a great, fun get together for people to enjoy themselves. So.
Amen to that.
Anyway. Amen. So I will be there, and we do support the children. And there is, if you still want to ride, there is a register I have here, registerfcbcf.org.
Mm-hmm.
If you still want to register to ride, you can. So
you can
talk to Mark about that.
Yeah, it's important. Everybody, you do register, and we hope you get in on it in time so that we can give the T-shirts out. Well, Maureen Faulkner, I look forward to it, and we need to have maybe a welcoming crew and work on also people who just want to donate. They don't want to ride, but there's a lot going on for anybody who wants to come to the finish line, to the after party with the dunk tank. There's food. It's a lot of fun, a lot of camaraderie, right?
Yes, who's going to get dunked this year?
Well, Greg Stocker volunteered. He did.
Let's get Stephanie Mack. Let's get Stephanie Mack in there.
I know. We still tease Yoli the one year because he was in that dirty water. It was like this.
Oh. Don't worry, Dawn. I don't worry about any of that. My husband and I just came back from Vietnam and Cambodia, and we swam in the water.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, we have so much fun. It's great food. Well, Maureen, we look forward to it. Maureen Faulkner, you're always a great sport.
Okay.
You're a real inspiration.
Okay.
Thank you, Maureen.
All right.
You're the best.
Take care, Dawn.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you on Sunday, July 26th. I hope you join me. Don't laugh too much. We'll all be all sweaty and hot, and hopefully the weather cooperates. Families Behind the Badge, Children's Foundation. It's going to be a great event, and I hope to see you there. Like I say, my husband, Larry, he said he'll follow along in the car, but my sons, this is their first year, Michael and David, so they're riding.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So
wonderful.
You get to, well, you met them last year. Michael and David were there. We got some great pictures.
Yeah.
But it's going to be amazing. Maureen Faulkner, thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care, Dawn.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Coming up next, the founder of this incredible nonprofit, how he thought of doing this, saw a need, and how it has also changed his life. My interview with Mark O'Connor, up next.
By texting 64000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Pocket Hose. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at pockethose.com/terms.
Hi, I'm Richard Karn, and the world's #1 expandable hose has gone ballistic. The brand new Pocket Hose Ballistic is here, and it's the hose I reach for every time. This brand new anti-burst sleeve uses an extraordinary new liquid crystal polymer used in bulletproof vests, tough enough to handle anything your outdoor tasks throw its way. And that's not all. The Pocket Hose Ballistic comes with even more upgrades like thicker washers that resist leaks and an enhanced UV coating so your hose looks brand new year after year. What could be better than that? How about not 1, but 2 free gifts with your purchase? For a limited time, when you purchase a new Pocket Hose Ballistic, you'll get a free 360-degree rotating pocket pivot and a free thumb drive nozzle. Just text SUMMER to 64,000. That's SUMMER to 64,000 for your 2 free gifts with purchase. That's SUMMER to 64,000.
May weather is nice, but the summer heat is coming, and so are the high utility bills. Don't wait for your AC to start working overtime. Call Window Nation now. During Window Nation's May sale, buy 4 windows and get 4 free. That's right. Replace your windows and get half of them absolutely free. Plus, get 0 down and no payments or interest for 2 years. The experts at Window Nation will install your windows in 1 day or less. Beat the heat and save big. Schedule your free consultation at windownation.com.
Attention PA New Jersey home sellers. If you're over 60 and even thinking about selling your home, do not start too late. Sellers are losing thousands before the sign ever goes up. They fix the wrong things, guess on price, and the inspection kills the deal. Learn how to sell smart and protect your equity at my free home seller seminar June 9th at the Hilton Garden Inn in Fort Washington. Join me, Diane Giordano Casaccio, Giordano Realtors, and my special guest, Dom Giordano. Meet Dom, enjoy wine and appetizers at 5 p.m. Seminar starts at 6. Should you downsize now or stay put? What about capital gains? How do you declutter 30 years of stuff? What should you fix or not fix? Should you sell as is? And how do you price and market your home to sell fast? All attendees get a free copy of one of my 5 books, your choice. Diane Giordano says RSVP now, 215-576-8666, or go to 215-576-8666.com.
The Memorial Day sales event is going on now at Tri-County Toyota. Take advantage of special savings across our lineup, like a new 2026 Toyota Tacoma with 2.99% APR financing. And ask about our veteran specials. It's our way of saying thank you to those who served. Visit us at 15 D&L Drive in Royersford or online at tricountytoyota.com. With approved credit. Final price includes $4.90 doc fee. Expires June 1st, 2026.
This is Jordan Lundy of Lundy Law. When we say we hope you're never the victim of a rideshare accident, we mean it. But if you should suffer a rideshare injury, we'll work quickly to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. And we mean it when we say there are never any upfront fees, ever. And we only get paid when your case is over and you get paid. Remember our name, Lundy Law, your injury lawyers. Call 1-800-LUNDY-LAW or visit lundylaw.com.
It's that time of year to address some of those nagging projects around the house you've been putting off. If replacing your home's old, drafty windows and doors is on your to-do list, then you need to call my good friends at Guida Door and Window. Guida will help you get your project started with 20% off all windows and doors and letting you start your project today with no money out of pocket. And once your new high-quality windows and doors have been expertly installed, you'll have up to 3 full years to pay them off interest-free. So you'll be able to start enjoying all the benefits of new energy-efficient windows and doors, including increased comfort level of your home and lowered monthly energy bills, while having the luxury of paying off your project interest-free for up to 36 months. This offer is for a limited time only. Restrictions apply. For full details, call Guida today to schedule a free, no-obligation in-home estimate at 877-GO-GUIDA or visit them at GoGuida.com. That's go, Guida.com.
Now, you can listen to Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on the iHeartRadio app.
Welcome back. Dawn Stensland here with a special edition continuing for Families Behind the Badge Children's Foundation. And the founder, Mark O'Connor, joining me now. Mark, we've known each other for years. You started this years ago, and it's just grown into something that's part of the community. So, Mark, what has changed for you over 39 years after founding Families Behind the Badge Children's Foundation? What has changed?
Dawn, we always tried to keep the Bend to the Shore bike tour very personal. Spent a lot of time with the riders. We never wanted to, we used to talk about not becoming a corporate type of event. And that's very challenging when you go from 20 riders, which we had the first year, to this year we'll probably have 2,100 riders. So it's harder to do that, but we spend a lot of time reaching out to our riders, the people that make this event a success, first responders, families of first responders that appreciate what we do. We spend tons of time just staying connected to them.
Yeah, and it really shows, for, I think, the beneficiaries here, the widows, those officers very injured, their families, their kids, they feel that personal connection. What do you think you want people to know for a first time, rider who has just signed up or somebody thinking about signing up? What do you want them to know?
So we have 3.5 employees at Families Behind the Badge, 3 full-time, 1 part-time. All 3 of us wear multiple hats. So we do the fundraising, we take care of the website, the marketing, we run the events, we connect with the families, we chase sponsorships. So the money that people donate goes to the end result. We have very low overhead, and we're very passionate about the mission. I would also say that when we go to a family after a tragedy, and we try to get to them within days of a tragedy, whether it's a death or a critical injury, this is the time for that family, the time of greatest grief and highest need that they'll ever have in their life. So we try to get there with some financial support to take one worry off of the table, one less thing they have to even think about. So that's when you donate to us, that's where your money's going.
Yeah, I think that's so important because a lot of people see, there are a lot of nonprofits, so-called, out there. Families Behind the Badge Children's Foundation, I mean, you've received local honors, in fact, because you're somebody, you're local, and you reach out to local families, to these first responders, to law enforcement, to the families. And that's something that's so important because I think a lot of people look this up and they think, oh, there's some CEO making $1 million or something. That's not what this is. And I think it's important for people to understand what they donate goes directly to families, especially children who have a dire need, on top of the fact that they're grieving an incredible, unthinkable loss.
Yes. 100%. And I do that myself when I'm looking at nonprofits and I get asked for money. I want to know what they're doing with my money.
Yeah.
So we're very cognizant of that. Another thing that I think people should know about us that we do, we stay connected to these families that we end up helping financially after their tragedy. And that gets harder and harder as we grow. Last year, we had 71 fallen on our wall of heroes at the party after the ride. This year, we're going to have in the 80s. So it continues to grow. And we're very fortunate to be able to have events with these families that they attend. We did a hockey game this year. We had 76 family members came to the hockey game, and they love to spend time with each other because no one else understands what they're going through, but that other family that has lost someone. So they're very close, and we get them together and we step out of the way. Quick funny story about the hockey game. Afterwards, we had called. Now it's called Stateside Live. It was Xfinity Live near the stadium there, and we asked to hold some space for us. And we get there, and we're in this room that has one of those mechanical bulls in the center. And I'm like, oh well, I didn't really expect this. There were kids coming in, right? But that's the space they had for us. We'll make it work. And then as the crowds came over, I had left the game a little early. As the crowds came rushing in, suddenly there's these women that are up on these little stages dancing around the mechanical bull, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, what did I do here?" And some of the family wives, the wives were coming up and saying, "Mark, are we in the right place?" I'm like, "I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry," but now they give me a hard time about it, and they love giving me a hard time about it, and so it's just another way that we connected. We were down at the Phillies game a few weeks ago. We're lucky enough to partner with Kyle Schwarber from the Phillies, who's a big supporter of ours. And we brought 20 some family members down to a game. They get to meet him before the game. And he talks to every single person. He talks to the wives, he talks to the kids, he takes pictures, he signs autographs. So he said, any questions? And nobody had any questions. And I knew that one of the boys there, it was his birthday. It was his 12th birthday. He was the son of one of those York police officers that was assassinated. I believe it was in November of last year, right?
Yeah.
And very quiet boy. And I raised my hand. I said, Kyle, I don't have a question, but we have a birthday boy here. Whose birthday is it? And this young man is glaring at me like, boy, I was in deep trouble, right? Kyle then leads the group in singing happy birthday to him. Then he whispers to the head of his foundation, Kyle does, who runs off. And the boy was still a little angry at me. Kyle's the guy who runs his foundation, comes back with a baseball bat. Kyle signs it, signs happy birthday, Kyle Schwarber, and hands him the baseball bat. And so then we went to our seats, and his mother came over to me and she said, my son's birthday was always one of the best days of the year. It was a big family event. And he's been saying since his dad was killed, I don't even want to have my birthday. It's going to be horrible. And he just said to me, you know what? This is pretty cool. So those are the types of things that I want people that support us financially or do the right to know. Because of their support, we're able to do things like that.
Yeah.
And I get to talk to you, which I'm so blessed. And WPHT is wonderful to us. And I can't thank you enough. But it's all of those people that really matter, that donate, that ride, that volunteer. They're the ones that count. And I want them to know that we appreciate it a great deal and that we make every dollar that they give us count.
You know what you make me think of with that incredible story about the fact that over the years, so many of the widows have told me when they go through this unthinkable tragedy in their lives, that what you've done with the Families Behind the Badge Children's Foundation, what you've done is help them to just bring back joy in their lives. And, you know, even what you're just saying about a 12-year-old boy trying to just breathe and get through the first birthday, his 12th birthday, without his dad. And I just couldn't help but think of that over the years, you know, because so many of the widows have said, I just didn't think I'd ever laugh again or experience joy again. And I didn't know how I'd get through the next day, and then let alone help my kids get through this. And that's amazing. I mean, I don't even think you could ever put a price on that for somebody that donates even $10 a month or $20 a month or whatever they can a month. You think about what you're bringing to people who've just been through such an unthinkable experience.
Yeah, Jack and Mackenzie, who work with me at the foundation, the three of us say all the time, we don't have jobs. This isn't a job, what we do. We're so lucky. We feel so blessed that we get to represent all these people and hopefully make things like this happen for these families.
And I also think what you've created, and I imagine that you hoped that this would happen. You started, like you're saying, 20 riders, and now think about supersizing that to thousands. But you've created this wonderful community, and not just, you know, I'd say the nucleus, and thinking about serving the very people that you hope to serve, the widows and the children and the families, but as well a community of people who enjoy the camaraderie, who enjoy getting out there and being fit and riding on this day, and also gearing up for it. You know, you think about 6 months ahead of time, and people just texting each other or whatever that looks like, emailing, hey, are you ready for the ride? It's a really positive energy, fun event.
We got an email yesterday from a guy who first asked if his twin 11-year-olds could ride with him. And we told him, as long as you're going to take responsibility and they're of course going to have to sign waivers, blah, 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 blah. Then he emailed back and he said, can you give me some ideas and pointers that I can tell my wife to make sure that she lets them do this because she thinks it's too dangerous. And so these little funny things happen along the way. And by the way, we said, that's on you, dude. We're out. We can't help you with this one. You got to deal with your wife. Right? But these little stories happen. And again, just feel so lucky to be able to do it and have been doing it for so long.
What you've done, it is remarkable. And we just, you're such a blessing. And it's amazing how you're grateful. You thank others. But the truth is, we're all just so grateful for you that you had thought about this, you saw a need, and you leaned in. And it must be a great feeling at the end of the day. It'll be July 26th. At the end of the day, you can smile and look around. I know I've talked to your family, your wife, your family. They're so proud of you. But I imagine, it's a great feeling and so fulfilling for you.
It is great. And that party in Atlantic City after the ride, it's just what a wonderful group of people, right, that you're involved with. And many of them just rode, so they're kind of on that endorphin high. And this past year, right at the end, we were cleaning up. We have to make sure we leave the place nicer than we left it. And Jack and Mackenzie and I ended up meeting kind of under one of the tents. And we started talking about next year. Well, next year we'll do this. So people were still drinking over, 20 feet away from us, right? And we were talking about next year because that's what we love to do. So I'm very lucky. And again, thanks to 1210 for the continued support for you and Stalker. I know everybody gives Greg a hard time, but that man has a heart of gold as far as I'm concerned. And so I'm so blessed to know you guys and to have your support.
Oh, back at you. Yeah, I'm thinking about that mechanical bull, donations for Stalker to ride the mechanical bull. Believe me, the wheels are going.
There we go. Yeah, we'll get him in the dunk tank. Don't let him talk to Zioli first, because Zioli will tell him about how he grew a third head from how rusty the water was a couple of years ago. I'll never forget
it. Is there anything I'm leaving out that you want people to know, that you want to convey?
So the ride is July 26th. There's still time to sign up. We'll take signups right till the day of, but you still have time to train. We have a 30-mile option if 65 is daunting. The 30 starts at our second rest stop in Hamilton, New Jersey, and folds right into the 65. So everybody finishes together in Atlantic City. We even added a 10-mile version last year for some older folks who said, look, I can't do the ride anymore. And we said, well, just start at the last rest stop. So there's different distances you can do. If you don't want to ride, you can certainly go on and donate. We're looking for sponsors for the Wall of Heroes, particularly this year. As I said, the Wall of Heroes has grown, unfortunately. It's $300 to sponsor a first responder who has paid the ultimate sacrifice to have them up on the Wall of Heroes. So we'd love people to go to Bend to Shore and either register to ride or donate or maybe sponsor a Wall of Heroes. We'd really appreciate it.
Well, Mark O'Connor, we appreciate you and look forward to all the upcoming events. But thanks, Mark.
It's my great pleasure, Dawn. Thank you.
The Dawn Show is going to continue right after this.
A less humid air mass continues to build into the Delaware Valley. Today, we'll see a mixture of sunshine and clouds, very pleasant with a high 78. For tonight, mostly clear and cool, low 56 for the city, a bit cooler in the suburbs, and another pleasant day on Friday with a mix of sun and clouds with a high of around 80.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney, and the truth is I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. After 15 years and over 50,000 cancellations, I can tell you with confidence, we know how to get you out of your timeshare. Call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit guide absolutely free with all your options for cancellation. Attorneys, this was meant to be funny, so please don't sue me, especially my friend Kenneth from Black River Falls, Wisconsin.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-838-6767. 800-838-6767. 800-838-6767.
Join WPHT and Nick Hale in supporting the 39th annual Bend to the Shore Bike Tour, Sunday, July 26th. Ride 10, 30 miles, or 65 miles, or just make a donation. Visit bendtoshore.org and enter code NICK1210 to get $25 off the registration fee. That's shore.org, promo code NICK1210. The Bend to Shore Bike Tour provides financial relief for the families of fallen and critically injured first responders and is organized by Families Behind the Badge Children's Foundation.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free no-risk consultation. 800-284-1238. 800-284-1238. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. 800-284-1238.
Does your home never seem to have enough hot water? With a Bradford White Infinity Tankless Water Heater, you'll never run out. The Infinity Tankless heats as much water as you need, whenever you need it. Plus, they're super efficient to save you energy and money. And like all Bradford White water heaters, they're built to be the best for years of reliable performance. So ask your plumbing professional about going tankless with a Bradford White Infinity Series Tankless Water Heater. Visit BradfordWhite.com today to learn more.
Life doesn't slow down, and planning your financial future can feel overwhelming. That's where Monastra Financial Group comes in. Whether you're preparing for retirement, managing a 401k, or protecting what matters most, their team offers personalized guidance built around you. With a straightforward approach, they help turn complex decisions into clear, confident steps forward. Take control of your financial future today. Text Mike Monastra at 484-471-4879. That's 484-471-4879.
Our yoga instructor challenged us to find inner peace. I found it faster than anyone. After 4 seconds, I stood up and screamed, "I found Nirvana! I win!" They asked me to leave. I guess they don't respect winning. Bet365 does, though. New customers get $200 in bonus bets just for betting $10. Namaste, losers. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Pennsylvania. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Pocket Host. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at pockethost.com/terms.
Hi, I'm Richard Karn, and the world's #1 expandable hose has gone ballistic. The brand new Pocket Hose Ballistic is here, and it's the hose I reach for every time. This brand new anti-burst sleeve uses an extraordinary new liquid crystal polymer used in bulletproof vests, tough enough to handle anything your outdoor tasks throw its way. And that's not all. The Pocket Hose Ballistic comes with even more upgrades like thicker washers that resist leaks and an enhanced UV coating so your hose looks brand new year after year. What could be better than that? How about not 1, but 2 free gifts with your purchase? For a limited time, when you purchase a new Pocket Hose Ballistic, you'll get a free 360-degree rotating pocket pivot and a free thumb drive nozzle. Just text SUMMER to 64,000. That's SUMMER to 64,000 for your 2 free gifts with purchase. That's SUMMER to 64,000.
Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel yet? Do it today at 1210 WPHT. WPHT.
Welcome back. Dawn Stensland here. Here's a little bit of inspiration as far as the Families Behind the Badge Children's Foundation.
Breath. We ride, so no family stands alone.
So just some of the reasons we ride. This will be my first year. Maybe it'll be your first year. I hope you sign up. There's still plenty of time. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And obviously it's for an incredible cause. So you will be appreciated. You know, earlier you heard Maureen Faulkner talking about Marissa Fitzgerald, some of the younger, newer widows who've been welcomed in this unfortunate group, of course, this circle of spouses of those who've protected and served and paid the ultimate price in the line of duty. But we wanted to give you a closer look at Marissa Fitzgerald. Obviously, her husband, Sergeant Christopher Fitzgerald, I remember covering it that fateful day, murdered in the line of duty. Another incredible woman, a mom coping with the unthinkable. Here's the story of Marissa Fitzgerald.
I knew when that family's behind. It's truly amazing.
The Fitzgerald family, one more reason to ride. I'm so humbled to be part of the Families Behind the Badge Children's Foundation ride. I hope you join us. And there's honestly a great group of people. My husband's going to be riding along, so there's no shame. If you get tired, there'll be plenty of people who can take you along the way. There are water and checkpoints, so it's going to be an incredible day. If you're thinking about it, you can go to Families Behind the Badge Children's Foundation. It's fbbcf.org to get a real look, a panoramic view of what this incredible nonprofit does. But if we've convinced you, then you can just go to bentooshore.org. It's so simple. Sign up, click on it, and let's get moving toward Sunday, July the 26th. I'm Dawn Stensland. Thank you for joining me for this very special occasion today. I hope you have a beautiful, blessed day.
Picking out an engagement ring can be terrifying. You're searching for the ring, but have no idea where to start. Go to Family & Company Jewelers in Marlton. The team, especially JR, makes it easy. No pressure, just real help from someone who cares. They break down diamonds, styles, and what actually matters. Their selection is huge. Every shape, size, and price range. You leave confident, not overwhelmed. When it comes to finding the ring, there's only one place to go. Family & Company Jewelers, South Jersey's diamond destination.
A diagnosis like heart failure at Country, because when it's your heart, you don't take chances. DemandDeborah.org.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
If you're struggling to hear conversations, TV, or the people you love, now there's an easier, more affordable solution without spending thousands. Audion Hearing makes high-quality, rechargeable hearing aids starting at just $98 with free shipping and dedicated one-on-one support in the comfort of your own home. No doctor's offices, no pressure. Clearer hearing delivered right to your door. Join over 1 million happy customers hearing life more clearly. Visit audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Tune in to the Crash Proof Retirement Show Saturdays at 11 a.m. to hear Joanne Small-Canella and Tracy Stillman. The Crash Proof Retirement Show, Saturday mornings at 11 on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
You know what I don't like? Paying for something twice. I can't stand that. Hey, it's Rich Zioli. That's why when it comes to your roof, siding, doors, and windows, there's only one call you should make, and that's to my guys at Emmons Roofing and Siding. Emmons is a platinum Owens Corning contractor, which means that Owens Corning backs not just the shingles, but the workmanship as well for life. That's right, for life. Roofing, siding, windows, doors, residential or commercial, done right the first time, every time. Go to emmonsroofing.com.
Success is picking up extra shifts for your family. Now you want to be the boss. Success is getting your foot in the door. Now you want to take the next step. Success looks different to everyone, and University of Maryland Global Campus can help you reach your goals. And there's never been a better time to get started on your future. No application fee if you apply by June 1st. As an accredited state university, UMGC has been transforming lives for over 75 years. With more than 135 undergraduate and graduate degrees and certificates, Online and hybrid courses, personalized support, financial resources, and lifetime career services. Achieving your dreams is more possible than ever before. Choose the program that's right for your career goals and get started on your next success. No application fee if you apply by June 1st. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Living here is about more than just the headlines. It's the new restaurant opening in Fishtown. It's the playoff energy at the bank. It's the festivals that make your neighborhood feel like home.
KYW News Radio brings you the pulse of the Delaware Valley. From service journalism that solves problems to stories that celebrate our culture, we cover the life you're actually living.
Authentic, local, factual. KYW News Radio, Philadelphia's most trusted news source.
Eric was way behind on his taxes.
I owed a lot of money to the IRS, almost $15,000.
Eric called Optima Tax Relief.
When Optima Tax got involved, the calls would stop, the threats would stop. It was easy like 1, 2, 3.
Optima Tax Relief took care of Eric's problem.
And now my debt is clean. I don't owe anything.
Call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Prioritize yourself and make your dream of an attractive, healthy smile a reality at PI Dental Center. The professionals at PI Dental have been transforming patients' smiles for over 38 years. Board-certified specialists, Dr. Glenn Wolfinger and Dr. Robert Slough, perform complex dental makeovers with their Teeth in a Day protocol, where dental implants are placed and restored with fixed teeth in just 1 day. It's time to invest in yourself. For a smile that's monumental, trust PI Dental. Visit pidentalcenter.com.
Hey, it's Rich Zioli. My friends at Bob's Little Sports Shop, they want to help you exercise your Second Amendment rights safely and confidently. Family owned and operated for more than 60 years, they'll help you from the permit application to choosing the right firearm for you. Ladies, sign up now for Bob's all-female shoot. Sunday, June 7th at 2 p.m. No firearms ID card or experience needed. Visit bobslittle.sportshop.com. It's a great event and a great place. This ad sponsored by Bob's Little Sports Shop.
Philadelphia's Talk Radio 1210 WPHT, WPHT HD, WOGL HD3, Philadelphia. From the Piazza Premium Automobile Studios.
Powering your drive with 10 brands and 20 locations.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. It's Dom time. Now, Dom Giordano.
All right, let's make a deal. Do we have, I guess, taking the nuclear material out of there? They'll just renounce trying to get a nuclear weapon, but that doesn't mean we're going to have any way of inspecting it or being on top of it. But that's where we stand at this point. That's the thing that's breaking. Now, the other thing that's breaking, Philadelphia Inquirer's got a big article telling us what a stain on the country it is, what's going on in Newark. We have a garbage man trying to get through and do his job, fighting with these animals who are crazed and believe that because the Newark police are in the tank and the whole system there, they'll continue to blockade the detention center. So here is what they're chanting. This will be cut 7. Here's what they're chanting at the Newark facility, and then I'll play you another one. I'll summarize it because we're getting it now. Here's the chant. Listen to this. Shoot yourself in the head. Every cop, every fed, shoot yourself in the head. Cut 7. All right. Little technical issue here. So that's the chant. The other chant.
Every cop, every fed, shoot yourself in the head. Every cop, every fed, shoot yourself in the head. Fuck you! Seriously now. Did you kill yourself?
All right, so this is what we're facing in America. That's what these animals are, and they're enablers, the Democrat Party. We'll play the other in a second. Now, this guy, it's all over Twitter. If they don't drag the streets of Newark to find him, threatening federal agents, telling them, I got your face, I see you, you're dead, your wife's dead, your family's dead. If I had that state senator Bramnick in studio right now, it wouldn't end to, I'm almost asking Henry, I'm writing it down. Let's bring him back, that punk again tomorrow, alleged Republican. They're chanting right there, buddy, in your state in Newark. I see your face because, the mask may come down and the struggle going on there. And this guy told me, if you remember, he was on the phone, ran for governor. Well, I've never seen the state troopers say they need it masked. I've never seen the police say they need masks. Why in the world should we let the ICE officers have masks? It is so revolting, so out of control. And what have they found when they've gone into the detention centers that the Inquirer says is about 5 miles from the Statue of Liberty? And the answer is not much, if anything. All right, so again, you heard that chant, and we'll play you this guy about seeing your face and your wife and your kids and everything else. And this is what we're facing there. This is what we're up against. And we're also up against guys like Sean Duffy. Let me take a moment here with Sean Duffy. Sean Duffy has given testimony or talked to the media saying that we should not push back on the sanctuary cities by removing the customs people there, essentially shutting down their international air travel. And he said, we shouldn't be doing that to people just because we differ with their politics. Hey, Sean, it's not their politics. They're violating the law. That's what we're talking about here. It's not their politics. Yeah, it is their politics. That's their belief. But the law says you can't be here illegally. You can't be here illegally committing crimes. You can't be getting out before ICE can get to that. Sanctuary cities are violating the law. It's just that we haven't found the mechanism to make them stop doing it. And one mechanism might be removing the federal people from the airport. Thereby, they cannot then have international travel. All right, here's part 2 of what's going on at Delaney in Newark. Part 1, you heard them. Shoot yourself in the head. Here's part 2, particularly this one guy who I bet they're after, and I would charge him with every federal crime I could think of, and every single one of them. If he goes to jail for 100 years, I don't care. Listen to this guy.
Kill your whole family! Your whole family's dead! Come on! Children, your wife, all dead! Punch it! My boy! I have your face, mother! You're dead! Dead! Voice to back up and put your stick down, because I'm about that life. You said come on? You said come on, right? Yeah, it's small now. Your stick down, tell your voice to back up. I'm about that life, my boy.
All right, so I see your face. I know who you are. Okay? We also have Bobby Menendez Jr. showing up there, the son of the convicted Gold Bar guy, getting in the face of counter-protesters. Another scoundrel. It is just, they're making this the battleground in Newark. This is where it is. This is the place. You heard that guy. I've seen your face. We know who you are. We'll figure out who you are. Now you could say, oh, they're not going to be. This is why they wear masks. How many times do we imagine having a wife or what they're trying to do? They're trying to wear down who would stand every day and have to deal with this rabble. You had one woman who lies on her back in front of them, pretty much naked, spreading her legs to antagonize. I mean, this is what they're up to. They're not even rabble. And of course, there's the Antifa element, but there's also the Palestinian element. It shows up here. I'm looking at a roster of some of the people kept at that facility. And again, we're hearing Department of Homeland Security ways pulling the CBP officers from some airports and sanctuary cities to help guard ICE agents. Pull them. Make places like Philadelphia put up or shut up here. Don't keep on threatening this. This is where you should go. All right, we got a special guest coming up a little bit later. We have State Senator Corman coming up. I'm sorry.
Coleman.
Coleman. Okay, State Senator Coleman coming up. Jarrett Coleman, District 16, serving Bucks and Lehigh counties, and he is on the AI thing. Want to play you a little bit of Doug Burgum. Burgum, this is cut 17, and Breitbart breaks down what he says. He's the energy guy. He's on with Maria Bartiromo, and you'll hear him for a moment or so talk about the war we're in, why we need AI. And then he says, it's foreign disinformation. Can you imagine this guy? Foreign disinformation that's fueling this antagonism to AI. Here's how it sounded.
China, with streamlined or no permitting at all, can just blow through all the regs and build what they need to build. In the U.S., we're finding opposition. But one of the things, Kevin O'Leary reported on it last week. More people should be. But, there's a concentrated information propaganda war that's geo-targeted. Any place that's trying to build data centers is getting bombarded with foreign-directed propaganda to try to block these from being built.
So people who don't want data centers in their backyard are falling victim to foreign propaganda. I don't know why people on the right are starting to do this. Remember, Thomas Massey and the Tucker Carlson crowd, the Podcastistan crowd, was suggesting that Israel bought an election in Kentucky, which is just completely implausible to me, that Kentuckians would be cowed by Israel, and they don't feel like that. It was actually, the problem was Thomas Massey turned on President Trump and didn't support President Trump's agenda and became an online grandstander. That wasn't what made Massey lose. It was foreign interference. This just has all the hallmarks of the Russian disinfo stuff. It's really foreign propaganda why people are concerned about AI. Honestly, Doug Burgum, excellent guy. Love Doug Burgum. He's invited on my show any day he wants. But this is so off base. People are in complete fear over AI. This is a reality that the Trump administration, I guess, maybe doesn't understand. People do not want to lose their jobs to robots. There was one item that came up on my show with
that's
Winton.
enough. Thanks, Henry. So, no, Doug Burgum here is a guy who's a multi-millionaire involved in all this stuff, doesn't want to hear it. It's propaganda. It's Russian collusion. Somebody's got to shut him down, Maria Bartiromo. Are you there? So I'm looking at the mayor of Cherry Hill saying, as long as I'm mayor, there won't be a data center here. I'm looking at Bucks County we talked about yesterday. We have Coleman coming on. He's got a couple of bills that are involved in this whole AI thing. Now, look, there are those on the left who are using this. It's an anti-capitalism thing and all that. Can you imagine this lame stuff? I'm sure I got a lot of rubles here, Mr. Burgum. I'm sure some Chinese yen or whatever the heck they pay you in China now came our way. And that's why we see this AI thing here in the Delaware Valley as a big threat. Okay, so we got this clear evidence. And we'll ask Bramnick to come on tomorrow and see, after what we've seen in Newark, we'll play that clip for him. Despite the profanity, you can hear him say, I've seen your face, you're dead, your wife's dead, your kids, your family are dead. Now, that guy has to be dragged off the streets, taken into court, get his day in court, and if that's not a threat to a federal officer, there are penalties for that. And that's exactly why ICE agents wear masks, because of people like that. That's exactly what they're up to. Now, if they don't kill you, maybe they kill a pet. Maybe they want to harass you. Maybe they want to say hello to your kids on the way of school and then tell you they did it. They're trying to wear down ICE. And the Philadelphia Inquirer is trying to do the same thing. That's what all this is about. It's warfare there in Newark. And the response ought to be with these sanctuary cities. You could start with Newark, take away the federal agents here. Let's see what they do. There's no reason that you have to do it. They want to be a sanctuary city. That means they're independent of the laws. Well, then let's see what happens with air travel. All right, let me give you the side question here. And it's 1943. On or about this day, the All-American Girls Pro Baseball League was formed. I guess that's where they got a league of their own or something like that from the famous film. We're looking somebody in their field who is in a league of their own. I'm going to take the Fanatic off as a mascot. I don't know of any that have beaten it or will beat it. Take that, Gritty. And as far as genius is, I'm going to take Einstein because we still say, yeah, that guy's no Einstein. We don't say he's no Musk or he's no fill in the blank. We say he's no Einstein. Okay, Henry, how about yours?
Yeah, I'll take 2 off the board. There's one, it might be a little controversial, just considering how many composers we know throughout time, whether it's a Beethoven or a Bach. But I got to hand it to Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. I feel like to be such a prodigy as he was, to have someone like Salieri, even though, it might be a little dramatized, gunning for him every step of the way, and to die so young and so, before his time, and just how many recorded works he has that are, famous throughout time, and to have a movie made about you. I mean, how many other composers have movies made about them? None. I mean, Beethoven maybe, but that's a dog. So, yeah, I think you gotta hand it to Mozart that he is in a league of his own. And then the other one I'm going to take off, I'm going to stick with baseball here. How about the all-time home run king in a league of his own, Sadaharu O.
Okay.
Do you know who that is?
Sure.
Yeah, he's the Japan League baseball player. Everyone always talks about, Barry Bonds. Does he have the real record with 762 or whatever? No. Professional baseball, it's Sadaharu O with 868 career home runs. Did that while only standing 5'10", 173 pounds. He got very good at swinging the bat because he would swing a katana all the time, and that would enable his wrists to have just this quick flowing motion that would just carry the ball right over the fence every time. So Sadaharu O in a league of his own.
Just one note, I think it's a book that says due to some irregularities back when he started playing, Babe Ruth may have hit that number. They just don't know it. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, there have been several things, about... Well, all I know is the year that he hit, I don't know if it was the year he hit 60, but Home Run Baker was second with 10 or 11. So, there's quite a, but worldwide, yes, without a doubt. Kirk, how about yours?
I'm going to go with Elon Musk. I know you mentioned it a second ago.
Okay,
I'm going to go with him. Also, too, Steve Jobs took a swing on the smartphone market, with Apple, and took the iPhone to bigger and better things to this day. So,
yeah, it is a breakthrough. What happened there, without a doubt.
You guys strike me as BlackBerry guys. Is that true at any point?
Yes.
Oh, sure, we have BlackBerry.
All right.
Sure, yeah, of course.
Guilty.
Well, that's way back. Yeah, when? Sure. Yeah,
20 some odd years.
Yeah.
ago.
At least.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're looking for somebody who is in a quote league of their own, meaning you got to really have him eclipse everybody else. The second place guy, it's got to be pretty clear. I would say Edison. I'm not going to get into that with the other. So that's why I left him
he's in a league
here.
of his own in terms of copycats.
There we go. Right. That's what we're going to hear. That's right. But I think the Fanatic is in a league of his own. And so Einstein would laugh at these others. Why do we still say he's no Einstein? That's got to be 50 years old or so when it started. Okay, it's 855-839-1210. That's how you do it. Of course, it's Lante McCauley Thursday. He spoke at City Council again today. He'll be here in studio at 1 o'clock, and with him will be William Small, who also ran for office. He's the guy who couldn't get the Republican Party to help him get enough to get on the ballot, if you remember. They just didn't want to hear it. What in the world are we doing with the local Republican Party? That's a closed club. They don't like me now. Tough. 855-839-1210. You get a line. That's how you do it right now on Talk Radio 1210.
It's Tri-County Auto time with new May deals on Toyotas and Jeeps. Hey, it's Rich Zioli. The Memorial Day sales event is going on now at Tri-County Toyota. Take advantage of special savings across their lineup, like a new 2026 Toyota Tacoma with 2.99% APR financing. Ask about their veterans specials. They love veterans at Tri-County. It's their way of saying thank you to those who served our country. Now, if you're ready for your next Jeep, step into a new 2026 Jeep Wrangler with legendary legendary capability. Now leasing for just $392 a month during the Declaration of Deals sales event. Tri-County Jeep has over 25 Jeep Grand Cherokees packed full of savings. Stop by during the Declaration of Deals event and see my great friends over at Tri-County. Look for the gigantic American flag and go on their website at tricounty.com to see all the great specials. King of Prussia, Limerick, Jersey, Philly, the main line, easy to get to from wherever you are. tricounty.com.
It's that time of year to address some of those nagging projects around the house you've been putting off. If replacing your home's old, drafty windows and doors is on your to-do list, then you need to call my good friends at Guida Door and Window. Guida will help you get your project started with 20% off all windows and doors and letting you start your project today with no money out of pocket. And once your new high-quality windows and doors have been expertly installed, you'll have up to 3 full years to pay them off interest-free. So you'll be able to start enjoying all the benefits of new energy-efficient windows and doors, including increased comfort level of your home and lowered monthly energy bills, while having the luxury of paying off your project interest-free for up to 36 months. This offer is for a limited time only. Restrictions apply. For full details, call Guida today to schedule a free, no-obligation in-home estimate at 877-GO-GUIDA or visit them at GoGuida.com. That's go, Guida.com.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code MONEY to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code MONEY to borrow up to $10,000. Use code MONEY to borrow up to $10,000.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds. And you can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/protect. That's ethos.com/protect. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Rates may vary.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. We're proud to offer high-quality, rechargeable hearing aids starting at just $98. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and hear the difference today by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Now you can listen to Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on the iHeartRadio app.
All right, it is Dom time. Welcome in, 855-839-1210. Coming up in a moment, what could go wrong? The Montgomery County Commissioners, the Mr. Softy truck, let all felons vote. Let's go to the prisons for them. He and his partner there put out a housing plan for more affordable housing, and they say changing community misconceptions about affordable housing is important. I'll let you tell us what some of those, quote, misconceptions might be. Are they misconceptions, or is it exactly what we're seeing in Jersey and exactly what these bureaucrats want to do in Montgomery County? And I'm waiting to see, let's plop them down in Lower Gwinnett. They talk about some of these places, Lower Marion. Let's see all these progressives with all the affordable housing on their block. Oh, well, no, we want them to be somewhere else. Why is that? What's the misconception? They say, opponents often say new housing will create congestion or put pressure on local services. They explain the initiative will help that first responder, that teacher who wants to buy a home that can't because their salary doesn't allow for it. How's that going to be done? They do talk about the regulation, how brutal it is, the period of time it takes builders to actually build anything. Might that be something that gets in the way of affordable housing? Well, yeah, but we're not going to change that. I wake up every day thinking, how in the world have the suburbs been invaded? Were they asleep? Has the nation slept? Has Montgomery County slept? No, a lot of them are in agreement with this. Let's go to Larry in Haddonfield. Larry's first in on Talk Radio 1210. Hey, Larry.
Hi, Dom.
Hi.
You are a stupid person.
Continue, Larry. Good start.
Oh, well, I thought it's okay to talk like that since our president does. I mean, you don't mind it, right?
Excuse me, buddy. You started off calling me stupid, so if you want to go toe-to-toe with me, don't do the Trump stuff. Don't be a wimp, Larry. Bring it on. What do you object to specifically, you clown?
Quiet, piggy.
Okay, Larry, thank you very much. Look, you want to bring it on? You want to get into it? You can call a name or two. That's fine. Bring up the subject we're talking about, though. Don't wait here 15 minutes telling Kirk something about Trump. Not interested. Boring. And what's going on in Newark is exactly why Trump was elected. Just listen to what we played you. Imagine those ICE agents. They don't know these clowns because they don't seem to work. Around the clock, they're on social media trying to figure out who these officers are, where they live, where their kids go to school, where their wife or girlfriend or family is. And then they want to threaten them and maybe act on it. That's what we're talking about. That's right from the last few days. And it's egged on by Andy Kim, Mikey Sherrill, the Menendez guy, and this Bramnick Republican guy. We get him on tomorrow. I'll listen for a minute or two, then we're going to get into it. This clown who ran for governor about why ICE agents, why are they different than state troopers as far as wearing masks? You heard the guy. This is exactly what they're facing. Imagine that type of job. All day long, having to deal with these mobs that are supported by God knows who or God knows what. And then when it gets dark, it really gets bad. All righty, 855-839-1210. That will get you a line. Here is a little bit. I played you Doug Burgum. Jared Coleman is going to be here. We've had him on several times, state senator, but 2 bills he has on AI. But it's more about why are people concerned about AI. I played you Doug Burgum, another insulated guy that doesn't get it. No, Dougie. It's not Chinese misinformation or Russian misinformation. You sound like the left. People have legitimate questions about this whole thing. And that's why they're pressuring Upper Marion. Just had a meeting, a massive meeting of people turning out and it's not just no, it's hell no. For any data centers. Is everybody misinformed? Is it disinformation? These commencement speakers, why are they booed? Why are people going after them? Well, for the simple reason that people don't see the guardrails being put on AI. And Burgum was also critical of the Pope. Now, it's fine to be critical of the Pope. That's okay. But he didn't really address what the Pope said about AI. He wasn't talking just the technical. He was talking about some of the concerns that are out there. But this guy thinks that MAGA somehow or another, he doesn't know what MAGA is. He's just a rich guy who ran, bought some votes, if you remember, to stay in. And Trump was going to make him the VP choice. Oh, my God. But Maria Bartiromo was asleep at the switch there. How about jumping in saying, wait a minute, you know who that sounds like? That sounds like the other side. What disinformation? Look, I like Kevin O'Leary. He's a character, but he He doesn't have information. He's saying that because he wants AI too. Are we tired of being dismissed that we don't see some of the real issues here with AI? Not to say they can't potentially have guardrails put on them, but they're not even trying. They're just attacking. All right, side question today, too. A League of Their Own, this date, 1943-ish, hit us with somebody in any field, any way, that clearly is in a league of their own. It could be in sports. It could be in politics. It could be in any walk of life. All right. Fox is reporting to you just what I said. Now, Trump hasn't signed off on it. U.S. and Iran reached deal to extend ceasefire, launch further nuclear negotiations. I'm not sure if they're saying President Trump has signed that or not. Another 60-day ceasefire. And then Iran will negotiate over the nuclear negotiations. I'm not on board with that. Simple question, are you? This is not a good off-ramp. And again, we're tied up with 60 more days. We'll see if the president signs it. It could be within a day or two. And they're going to say, the deal is they'll say they're giving up their nuclear aspirations. Well, they can say all that they want. What part of the deal gives us the ability to check on this? That's what we're looking at. Okay, coming up, Senator Coleman's going to be with us. He's been with us a lot recently. And he has two bills. I think they're sales tax related. But that's not the issue. The broader issue with AI. And I'm going to ask him about this. Secretary Burgum, I just played it for you, saying, yeah, there's a disinformation campaign. So in Bucks and Lehigh, are the Chinese out there telling people, hey, DI bad for you? Is that what's happening? All right, you're with Dom, 855-839-1210.
Chuck McDowell here with Red Pocket Mobile. How long have you been stuck with the same phone plan? 2 years? 5? 10? Are you tired of surprise fees and confusing bills that never match what you thought you were paying? Cut the nonsense.
Right now at redpocket.com, new and existing customers adding a line can get our premium 5G plan for just $5 a month. That's only $60 a year.
And here's the kicker. Red Pocket Mobile gives you access to all 3 5G networks. You pick the one that works best where you live or work, or switch anytime for better coverage. And with Red Pocket, you keep your phone and your number. Why in the world would you not switch? Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Celebrate Memorial Day with big savings from Red Pocket Mobile. Right now, new and existing customers can get our premium 5G plan for just $5 a month. Just $60 a year, and choose from all 3 major 5G networks with one locked-in low price at redpocket.com. That's redpocket.com. redpocket.com.
Searching for a new path to wellness? Dr. Molly Fantasia explains how medical hydration therapy can help you reclaim your energy. Listen to Health Watch, Sunday mornings at 8 on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. Here's retirement phase expert Joanne Small-Canella with today's report.
We all know the old adage about flying too close to the sun, and recently a struggling shoe company began soaring on the promise of AI. This week's expert report explains why this story indicates a worrisome trend that can badly burn American retirees. Towards the end of March 2026, Allbirds, a failing shoe company, sold its business for $39 million, a gigantic loss compared to its initial valuation of $2 billion. Then, in mid-April, the company announced that it was pivoting into artificial intelligence with new funding to buy computing power and reposition itself in an entirely new industry. Instantly, the stock surged nearly 600% in a single day. But when you look closer, Allbirds has no prior experience in AI technology. There is no definite plan, no pre-existing business model, and no proof that their pivot will work. Allbirds quickly felt the heat as they got closer to the sun. Their stock tumbled 20% the very next day and continued to slide in the weeks that followed. Right now, simply tacking a label like AI to a failing company can swing its stock price upwards, even if the business hasn't caught up to the narrative. And we've seen this type of speculation before. At the height of the dot-com bubble, companies surged on association alone, long before they had the earnings or structure to support it, only to come crashing down. While the technology endured, many of the companies didn't, and investors who chased those failed companies were left behind. The exclusive crash-proof retirement system isn't exposed to market volatility, but provides for the potential for double-digit interest returns that cannot be taken away. To learn more, call 800-722-9728 or visit crashproofretirement.com and schedule a meeting with a licensed retirement phase expert today.
Weather sponsored by D&K Appliances.
A less humid air mass continues to build into the Delaware Valley. Today we'll see a mixture of sunshine and clouds, very pleasant with a high 78. For tonight, mostly clear and cool, low 56 for the city, a bit cooler in the suburbs, and another pleasant day on Friday with a mix of sun and clouds with a high of around 80.
Sponsored by D&K Appliances, family owned and operated, offering industry-leading brands like Bosch, GE Profile, Speed Queen, KitchenAid, Sub-Zero, and more. They're local experts guiding you through sales, delivery, installation, and service. Visit D&K Appliances at Newtown Square in Flourtown or dkappliances.com.
Now back to the Piazza Premium Automobile Studios.
Powering your drive with 10 brands and 20 locations.
This is Talk Radio 1210, WPHT.
All right, it is Dom time. Senator Jared Coleman, Bucks, Lehigh counties, has been a friend of the show and on the show quite a bit around the CDLs. Josh Shapiro, the land thief, among other things. But he's got a couple of bills, and I think they're just the cover charge, if you will, to get in here. It's the broader issue of these data centers. And I played you Doug Burgum with Maria Bartiromo. These are disinformation campaigns against this. They're coming, Kevin O'Leary says, from overseas. I'm looking at this. I wonder, Burgum, if this is disinformation. The Inquirer says the ones in King of Prussia are millions of square feet. They're bigger than Philadelphia International Airport, one, and the other would be bigger than the King of Prussia Mall. 3 million square feet, 2.9 million square feet. Let's go to Senator Jared Coleman. He's with us on the Dom Show. Senator, welcome in. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Dom. Thank you for having me.
Well, first thing I have to know is, do you speak Chinese? Because Doug Burgum apparently thinks that you and I are getting misinformation from foreign governments. I'm not sure if it's the Russians, the Saudis, the Chinese, who it might be.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I can't speak to that. I'm not sure where that's, that's certainly not what we're seeing here in Lehigh or in Bucks County, for example. I mean, the people that are concerned are not foreign nationals. They're people that are concerned about what these data centers mean to the future of their own communities, and rightly so. You're talking proposal last night that was just rejected. I was at a meeting in Upper Macungie Township last night there in opposition to this data center of Air Products Chemicals was going to put a large data center in there. There's also a 5 million square foot data center being proposed up in South Whitehall Township. And let's just talk about it. Like this is why it's a big deal. I think it's okay for people to be upset about it. I don't think they're a good fit in Lehigh and Bucks County, and that's why I've created legislation to make sure that our municipalities have time to draft ordinances, put a moratorium in for 18 months, and stop giving big tech these tax incentives and use that money to push down our gas tax, let them pay our gas tax if they're still infatuated with coming here. I mean, also, I'm not sure why you want to come somewhere where you're not wanted. That's also something that I think is interesting as well. But look, let's talk about what people are concerned about. Number one, data centers consume a ton of electricity. And I just want to set the stage and make sure that folks understand currently we're part of the PJM. It's the grid, our electric grid. And there were times in the recent past where a big storm, for example, puts a strain on the utility system, and the grid can order what's called a load shed event, where they tell the utilities to turn off, reduce load, and they'll start turning off areas electric. So certain neighborhoods, for example. And now you're talking about having these data centers come in, which will consume, in some instances, the amount of electricity of a whole county a data center will consume. And you're going to still have, now the threat of rolling blackouts and brownouts will be even worse, right? So there's a utility concern. That's a concern. There's a concern about emergency response. When you have a 5 million square foot, to put that into perspective, the Lehigh Valley Mall is about 1 million square feet. This will be 5 Lehigh Valley malls, 5 million square feet. When you talk about that, how does the volunteer fire department respond to an electrical fire there?
Yeah,
and what does
absolutely.
that do for the? They're good questions. We know they're loud. We know they use diesel generators at times. Those are loud, and they disturb the environment. They disturb the wildlife. Their people are concerned because for so long Pennsylvania has been such a great place to live and work and raise a family, so much so that I think we're seeing more and more folks coming from other states even moving in, like New York and New Jersey, moving into Pennsylvania. Well, they're coming here because it's a great place to live, and now I think people are starting to get a little more protective of their areas, and rightly so. And so we're seeing this concern, and municipalities are starting to deny these guys their approvals, which is, I'm happy to see it. I certainly don't think that they're right fit here in Lehigh and in Bucks County.
I think, too, I'm not sure if you share this because we haven't talked, but it's part of a broader thing on AI. Look, we know the race, the future, and all this, but I've had people on, Senator, I really like. I'm friends with Bill O'Reilly. We didn't duke it out this time, but the next time we might. I played these college kids booing the Google guy who was lecturing them about the future and really getting into it at a commencement. And he said, these are just college kids. They don't know any better. People are apprehensive about this. They want guardrails, and that's what you're doing here and talking about not just the physical, but the overall concept is not out of bounds, but we need to be guarded about it. The other crowd I get on, they tell me I'm preventing AI from finding a cure for cancer. It's endless what we're hearing here.
Yeah, and what I say, look, do I agree that we need, here's the easiest way I always say this. Do I agree that we need to have infrastructure in the United States, data centers in the United States to help promote national security? Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, the southwestern United States, New Mexico, Arizona, great places. And those data centers would fit a lot better in there. And then we still benefit from the computing powers of these data centers in places as a pilot I've flown over and there's nothing. That would, but to shove them in someone's backyard next to a school district, where it could impact the drinking water, where it could impact our electricity, shoving it in there, that doesn't make sense. And don't make people feel bad when they're standing up for where they live in their communities, because once they're there, you can't just get them out. And that, I think that's important to notice. And we also need to understand why we're here, right? So Governor Shapiro has been fast tracking the permits for these data centers. He's been getting them, and obviously we know he's getting a ton of money from, these different tech companies. So obviously that's happening too. But in 2021, this is before my time in the General Assembly, but there was a law that was passed that exempted these companies from sales tax for equipment purchases for their computer equipment. And so essentially they don't have to pay sales tax when they upgrade their equipment, which will kind of be continually through their existence. And so why are we making it easy for them to come here when now we have questions? So I say we do a tax shift. If they're still gung-ho on coming here, even after people say they don't want them here, which again, I don't know why you want to be a neighbor where no one wants you. But nonetheless, you still show up. You better pay down our gas tax then. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, well,
so not going to give you that tax break.
I share what you said about Josh Shapiro. It seems to be Amazon was one of them too. And now he's jumped into the ring, as you know, but for listeners, and apparently coming up with a 4-point program or something before he signs off. He already signed off, at least helping this as far as I know.
Correct. Isn't that the worst part of? I mean, haven't we seen that also with the Democrat Party before? Which is so I'm going to make a huge problem. I've now, the governor and the prior administration, Democrats have accelerated the data centers to come here. So now they've created a problem. And don't you know, here comes Governor Wonderful now with a plan to fix his own problem that he created. And it's just he doesn't have a choice, Dom. Let's be real, and that's because people don't like this. I mean, it's an 80-20 issue. 80% of Pennsylvanians are not happy with data centers, and they want their voices heard. And so I don't think he has a choice. I think he's on the wrong side of this to begin with. And maybe he just didn't realize where it was going and how quick it was going there. So I don't believe he has a choice. But his program is not mandatory. It's optional,
Exactly.
which is another laugh.
Well, let me interrupt and ask you, though, the average Democrat on this, is there a lane for Republicans on this as an issue? They don't seem like
Dom,
they're
I don't
on
know
board.
many other issues. I don't know. Well, are you talking about Democrat constituents, Pennsylvanians, or are we talking about Democrat elected officials?
I'm saying elected officials because I see this with these moderate Democrats in the suburbs as a big lane for us.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this has been kind of the most eye-opening thing. This has been one of those issues where it doesn't matter whether you're Republican, Independent, Democrat, third party, everyone's concerned about it. And so sometimes these unique issues bring a lot of people together. It's been odd. The deaf response, the silence by Democrat elected officials really not wanting to take big steps. I mean, I think they're in a bad position because their governor of their party has spent all this effort to try to get them here, and I think they're scared to step up and stand with their constituents, and that's unfortunate. But this is not a partisan issue. I mean, it's across all parties because at the end of the day, people are just concerned about the future of their area, of their neighborhoods. I mean, this will have impacts, right? There's no way,
without a doubt.
And so for people to say, "Oh, it's a misinformation campaign," I mean, I'll tell you what, people they're rightly concerned, and so to try to just gaslight them and say it's not a valid concern, it's not right. I mean, I saw people with walkers last night, people that probably the last thing they wanted to do was show up to a township meeting last night, but there they were on Wednesday night in Upper Macungie Township, and when the board rejected the approval for Air Products to build this data center, the crowd just erupted, and so that was just a big community moment. So for folks that are unsure about data centers, or they're not really, they want to do something about it, they should reach out to their elected officials and make sure that they're telling them that they don't want them, or maybe they are for them. But I'll tell you what, I don't have constituents calling my office saying, "Senator, we need more data centers in Pennsylvania here."
Yeah, I know that.
I do, and they're the ones that are making money off of them.
Yes, exactly.
And unfortunately, I work for all of the constituents.
And we have the midterms coming up, Senator, so we certainly want to be helpful there. We need Coleman still in the legislature. Somebody's got to stop Josh Shapiro. Where do we go? Do you have an election thing other than your legislative website?
Yes, I do. So it's Mr. Coleman goes to Harrisburg.com.
I'm glad you took that one. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
but Dom, I would say, look, and it's a consequential election, right? We're talking about, as you said before, losing the majority of the Senate, which would give Democrats the trifecta in the
California. Here we come, or worse.
And quickly, Dom.
They're waiting. We need you on that hill. Mr. Coleman goes to Washington. Thank you, Senator, very much.
All right. Thank you, Dom. Have a great day.
All right. Senator Jared Coleman here on Talk Radio 1210. We'll take your calls. Let's get a couple on board. Somebody in a league of their own, any walk of life, any pursuit. Let us know who that is. Joe of Exton, here's a watch. On target with a good one, but also right in his brand. If it is Joe of Exton, we're not sure. Then at 1, Alante will be here, and with him will be William Small, who ran or tried to run on the Republican side, but got no help. We need to grow these Republicans willing to run for office. He'll explain all that. You get to meet him, too. 855-839-1210. You get on board.
Hi, this is Larry Steinhaus, and I want to let you know that I buy houses. I buy houses from people that may be a tired landlord, maybe somebody who's having trouble selling their house, or maybe someone who needs to sell their house quickly. Well, all you need to do is call 855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137, and I promise to answer the phone and help you with your situation. That's right, your house may be cluttered. It may be a house that a relative left you, or it may just be a house you just want to get rid of. 855-939-1137.
Hit the road this season to watch the Birds. Book your road trip with Fans of Philly. Trips are available now for Nashville, Arizona, Chicago, and London. Travel in style with transportation, a pregame party, and game tickets to enjoy the Birds on the road this season with Fans of Philly. The official travel partner of 94 WIP and the Eagles Radio Network. Book now at fansofphilly.com. That's fans with a PH of Philly.com.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial #law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Today's Gold Price is brought to you by Edelman's Coins, Philadelphia's local bullion dealer, celebrating its 100th year anniversary, a fourth-generation company. Visit edelmanscoins.com to learn more. Today's gold market price is $4,395.15.
This is the sound of Jack, buzz cutting his way to a small fortune. To Jack, every time he cuts his own hair, that's $50 right in his pocket. If Jack sees DIY buzz cuts as a saving strategy, Wells Fargo is right behind him. And with their mobile app, tracking his savings is easy. Oh, ouch. However you make money work, we can work with that.
Mobile carriers' message and data rates may apply. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Air conditioner, oh air conditioner, will you make it through the summer? If you don't, it'll be a bummer. Start your spring off right. We got huge rebates if that budget's tight. This is Jonathan Cans, and I am not a poet. I am, however, the third-generation owner of Marvin E. Cans Heating and Air Conditioning. We are the mainline's oldest family-owned HVAC company, and we are not private equity-owned. But we are experts in rebates, big ones. And right now, there are up to $2,300 in rebates available. Contact us at marvinecans.com. That's marvinekans.com.
Attention, have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-358-6868. That's 800-358-6868. Again, 800-358-6868.
Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel yet? Do it today at 1210 WPHT.
All right, Dom Giordano show. Mark Wayne Mullen and others seeming to say at this Delaney Center, the big battle in Newark, that any number of the detainees are refusing to eat because they're not getting their ethnic food. Don't drive off the road on that. I can imagine your response. You can vent with that. So we have to, go down that pathway. You heard Jeff Andrew, who's been there yesterday, break this down. But this is literally hand-to-hand combat there. All right, you heard Coleman. And more broadly, I see this as just a symptom. It's a broader sense of AI and people telling us, like Doug Burgum, and Maria Bartiromo, look, I know Trump administration, you got to enter there and say, buddy, are you kidding me? That foreigners are making us believe in a disinformation campaign that there's something we should be wary of with AI. Really? Robert in Ben Salem, Talk Radio 1210. Hey, Robert.
Hey, Dom, Henry, it's good to talk to you guys today.
Same here.
He may not be in a league of his own, but I suspect that caller, Larry, kind of needs a room of his own. You know what I mean?
You were sitting on that during that call. I appreciate it. Hey, look, you know my rule. If you want to duke it out and you go specific, and you could even name call, okay, I'm fine with that. But it's tiresome, isn't it? Well, Trump, come on.
Don't lie about what you want to call about, because that's disrespectful to the show, in my view. But Dom, it brings up another Domism. Okay, he wasn't just trying to annoy you, Dom. He was trying to annoy you up and down the line. Up and down the line, Dom.
That's right.
But my side question, I'm going to go with Evel Knievel. There's been a lot of stuntmen. There's been a lot of daredevils. But this man jumped everything that was under the sun. He broke bones 434 times, Dom. And the thing was, all of them breaks centered around 35 separate bones. He didn't have every bone in his body broken. All of his ribs, his femur 5 times, his hips 4 times. The guy was an absolute lunatic, and I think he set the standard for stuntmen, and I appreciate
Robert, stay there for a second. I interviewed him, and to your point, I called him Mr. Knievel.
I just would have called him Eve for sure.
Oh, yeah,
hey,
would have been
up,
better.
Eve?
Yes. That's
you guys have a great day.
Thank you very much. All right, big 1 o'clock hour. We'll talk with Alante McCauley. And also, we got to break down Dr. Jill Biden. If you thought your husband potentially was having a stroke during the presidential debate, you were so appalled, don't you think during the commercial breaks, you might have talked to the doctors there and done something like that? No. And the immortal words when she lectured she looked him in the face in front of the crowd after that faux pas in the debate and said, "Joe, you answered every question." Like it was 3rd grade. Well, I'm not going to answer some of these. 90% is good enough. Here we go again with Biden. And all it does is bring up with Democrats right in front of us what we were seeing. Look, politics are partisan. And I'm sure Trump has some health concerns. But in comparison to what we've just been through, I got a Joe Concha, too. By the way, people can't get enough of Joe Concha. That interview yesterday on Twitter, a lot of views at least. Unbelievable. The guy's really cooking. He's got a great line we'll play for you about Kamala Harris and avocados in the next hour from the one and only Joe Concha. Okay, follow on Twitter at DomShow1210. Alante McCauley, fresh off. We'll play that today at City Council. And Mr. William Small, who also ran for office this time. They'll both break down what's going on in Philadelphia at this moment. Are they in favor of an Uber tax? And Henry thinks, yeah, Alante could bench press 265. I think that's a lot of weight. Not saying it doesn't look in the photo like he did it. Yeah. May have to do some of that at Mulligan's. I know he'll be there.
Get some rusty weights out there. Yeah. Let's get out in the parking lot.
855-839-1210.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney, and the truth is I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. After 15 years and over 50,000 cancellations, I can tell you with confidence, we know how to get you out of your timeshare. Call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit guide absolutely free with all your options for cancellation. Attorneys, this was meant to be funny, so please don't sue me, especially my friend Kenneth from Black River Falls, Wisconsin.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-838-6767. 800-838-6767. 800-838-6767.
Recently, our company's softball team lost the big game by 1 run. Then Dale tried to console us with the quote, "Winning isn't everything." Dale's a loser. I play to win, like early payout from Bet365. If my team goes up big, I get paid out instantly, even if they blow the lead later.
Sound familiar, Dale?
Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Pennsylvania. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Hey, it's Nick. Transform any living space for summer, indoors or out, during the Memorial Day sale at Bucks County Estate Traders. Their showroom is filled with high quality, built-to-last furniture, and I love the incredible variety. No matter your style, you will find beautiful pieces for every room in your home, plus a huge selection of patio and sunroom furniture. Save 20 to 50% store-wide. The sale runs now through the 31st, so don't Don't miss it. Visit BucksCountyEstateTraders.com or their huge showroom in Hatfield. Tell them Nick sent you.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
I don't know if they're like Abbott and Costello, but the two guys we have in studio seem to follow each other. I forget which one leads off. Is it Alante McCauley, or is it a new addition to the show, William Small? William, you've seen at all these events. He ran on the Republican side, or tried to, majority inspector of elections in the 59th Ward. Of course, Alante McCauley weekly holds forth in City Council and here, Flip Philly Red. Good to meet you, William. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Alante told your story that you tried to get onto the ballot. It was a little bit late. You asked for some help from the Republican Party to help do that, so that to facilitate actually having a Republican presence. We want young guys like you, particularly. What area did you run in? 59th, was that West Philly?
Yeah, I ran in the 3rd district, the 3rd congressional district. So South Philly, West Philly.
Okay.
Half of Philadelphia.
Half of Philadelphia. Okay.
Yeah, and including the 59th Ward also.
Okay. Because we want to be in those areas, and we want to have at least a Republican on the ballot.
Yes.
So did they ever respond to you?
Yeah, so you talking about the GOP, right?
Yeah, GOP, yeah.
So I was in talks with the GOP. I spoke to the chairman, spoke to some committee members, but ultimately they had a candidate.
Okay.
They had a candidate by the name of Alex Schnell, and they had another one. I forget her name, but they weren't motivated. They backed out as soon as they saw that they couldn't get the signatures, which is something that we don't want in the Republican Party. We have to compete with these Democrats. We have to compete with every seat in our city. This is the foundation of our country. Our elections. So we have to take them. We have to take them serious. So to have candidates that backed out before the primary just because they couldn't get the signatures, shows we don't even want them to ever run again.
No, I would agree with you. That's look, it's an uphill battle, but you two guys have fought it exceptionally well. So, Kirk, I think we're ready. Alante, give us a preview. Your weekly, was it 2 minutes today?
I got the 2 minutes in today.
All right. Did you read into the record that you did bench press 265 pounds? Can we put that into the record?
Put it into the record. Wow.
Henry verified it for you. I said, look, Guy looks pretty good. I know he talks about the gym, but 265.
Yes, sir.
How many reps?
One. Just one.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't want to push it.
All right. What did you talk about today in City Council?
Well, today, the crazy part of their party wanted to have a resolution to get Cuba off of the state terrorist list.
Oh, my God.
Right.
And what's the rationale for taking them off the state terrorism list?
Because their people are poor and they're in poverty and Trump bad, Trump mean, Trump dictator, and he doesn't care. And so they gave me a freebie today.
All right. Here is a lot. Oh, my God. How many? This is up for a vote, right?
It's a resolution. They're just asking Congress and President Trump just to do, but they have no.
I know that, but I mean, did they all vote for it?
Oh, I'm not sure. I didn't check that. I didn't even check to see, who did what for it. Councilman O'Rourke, this is his resolution, so I specifically called him out for it.
Okay, that's the Working Families Party.
Yes, sir.
Communist Party affiliate here. Yes,
sir.
Here's a latte, Kirk.
Good morning, everyone. My name is John Alante McCauley. I'm with a grassroots organization called Flip Philly Red. We're here to offer you something different because you've been voting Democrat for the mayor's office for the past 70 years. In regard to Resolution 260545, a resolution urging the Trump administration to remove Cuba from the list of state sponsors of terrorism, I ask, why does the Democratic and Working Families Party support communism? Thank God Barack Hussein Obama is not in office. Cuba is known for harboring terrorists and protecting cop killers who killed the New Jersey state trooper. We stand with the Cuban people, not its government, who is responsible for economic mismanagement, centralized control, infrastructure decay, and political repression. Electricity outages, blackouts often last 12 to 20 hours per day. Many families only eat once a day. One study showed 89% of the population is in extreme poverty. Over 1,000 political prisoners reported in recent years for criticizing their government. This includes activists, artists, and journalists, but Democrats don't care about that. Their whole message is Trump bad, Orange man an idiot, and we love communism. We should give direct aid to the Cuban people, not lift economic sanctions for their government. With all of those American tax dollars that went to USAID, why are those people still in poverty? Cuba stands with American enemies, Iran, Russia, China. And I guess Councilman O'Rourke clearly stands with them as well. Democrats in the Working Families Party control government in Philadelphia. Malcolm X called black voters who gave unwavering support, who, without demanding results, chumps. And I quote, you put them first and they put you last, because you're a chump, a political chump, end quote. But you can change that in November. Stacey Garrity for governor.
It doesn't seem like the peanut gallery was too active today. Usually the booing sets in after the first 4 seconds.
Oh, you should see the faces in there today, though. They was like, mean mugging me, and then somebody under their breath said, next. So, it wasn't as boisterous and emotional today, but they was pissed off.
But, what you're giving light to here is, we can't spend a lot of time covering what city council does every day. Right. This is what they do.
Yeah.
Resolutions back in Cuba.
Mm-hmm. This is how they spend their time. Instead of working on Philadelphia, and he spoke, when you hear him, he spoke a lot about on that angle. But we have more pressing issues to worry about what's going on in another country.
All right, here is William Small, who ran for Congress recently, Majority Inspector of Elections, 59th Ward. Here's what William said today at City Hall.
I'm debating Cuba while Philadelphia itself is in a crisis. This is not the government of Cuba. This is not the United Nations. This is Philadelphia City Hall. And the people of this city are asking a simple question. Why does it feel like this council fights harder for people outside of this country than citizens living in Philadelphia right now? Philadelphia residents are struggling every single day. Kensington is collapsing. It is a war zone, Councilwoman. Drug markets are still open. Families do not feel safe. Businesses are leaving. Working people are barely surviving. But somehow this council has all the energy for symbolic resolutions, foreign politics, and performative activism. I called this months ago. I said once the primaries were over, the energy around the schools would change. Working families and the real issues facing Philadelphia would disappear. And that is exactly what is happening. Now the election is over and the primaries are clear. And respectfully, when residents walk in this chamber and still see iced out signs sitting on desks while our communities are suffering, it sends a message whether you intend to or not. It tells Philadelphians we have more passion for political slogans and federal immigration than fights in fixing the conditions in your neighborhood. That is the message we're hearing. And in my opinion, if Congress should investigate anything, it should be why Philadelphia residents feel neglected by the very officials sworn to serve us. Because the American people have already seen public officials in this country accused of putting foreign interests ahead of people they represent. Thank you.
So that's William. William, you mentioned Kensington. I haven't been over there in a while. It's a tough thing to go there and see it and just come out of it. But I have to say Sherelle Parker's done better. You differ with that in Kensington? Better than Kenny, at least, and made some progress.
I mean, yeah, we've made some progress, but the progress only lasts a few days. And then the conditions go right back to how they were. I mean, we shouldn't settle for mediocrity. There's a problem in Kensington. Kensington is the largest open-air drug market in the United States of America. We are the 5th largest city in America. That is an embarrassment. So just because we clean up a little, the house is still filthy. And that should be our priority. I mean, we have Councilwoman Kitty Lozada. She's, on TikTok. She's standing there next to Larry Krasner. And, she saw a post and she got that kid arrested. I'm quite sure that you've seen it.
Yes.
He legally purchased his firearm. Should he have had a felon touch it? No, but he didn't know. But because you have the energy to see that, seek out the district attorney and act like it's a joke and a game. And instead of bringing awareness to the situation, you play about it on TikTok. But yet Kensington is the largest open air drug market. Use some of that energy and shut that down. Because there's generations of people with potential. They could have been our future lawyers, our future politicians, our future doctors, but they are dying or they are dead because of the addiction that is flooding that large neighborhood in our city.
Alante, I talked with you, and you're there closer to it, and Flip Philly Red, and Sherelle Parker's flipping from tax to tax. Now it's the Airbnb. They picked the softest target. I don't know if they're organized or not, versus the hotels, who she went after to fund the schools, which waste money beyond belief. The Uber people, though, are no one to trifle with. They've gotten 50,000 letters. They have the very high-powered people who used to be in her administration, at least one of them, Bellevue Strategies or something, and a lot of money, and they're pushing back, and it doesn't look like City Council wants to tax them. They keep on saying that low-income people are the ones using Uber. You think that's true?
No, I don't think low-income people are using Uber necessarily because that's why they don't SEPTA a lot. But regardless, all of the Philadelphians who are using Uber, they use it, and it's expensive to travel in Philadelphia if you're using these things. One ride can cost you $40 just going to from one part of the city to another part of the city. It doesn't seem like she has a true handle on what to do. She's jumping around, like you said, whether it's a hotel, whether it's Amazon, whether it's Uber, now it's Airbnb, and a lot of people, they end up getting properties to rent them out or put them in the Airbnb system so they can create generational wealth. So how can you talk about, they care so much about the poor people and the people that's trying to come up. Well, how can you care about them when you're hampering and you're putting extra tax hikes on things that create generational wealth? It doesn't make any sense.
That is a great point because that's my goal in life with my kids. And I'm sure with you guys, that's a goal. And particularly in black neighborhoods in Philadelphia, that should be the goal. That's the way out of a lot of this stuff, generational wealth. And you're not going to get that, even if not intended to blunt that, when you're putting these kinds of taxes in.
Yeah, but they want us dependent on government. And that is the ultimate goal. They want it's spend. It's just never enough. They never think, how about we cut? How about we get more people to work so they're not relying on us? There's never that conversation.
William, a little bit your bio. I know you're judge of elections. You ran for Congress. What else should listeners know about you?
I own a construction company. We've been operating for a few years now, and I also founded a private school in Wilmington, Delaware.
Okay. Is that still operational?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Well, make sure I'll get it from Kirk because I do a podcast on school choice, private schools, and all that. We'll get you on.
Yeah,
really
absolutely.
soon.
We actually got to have a graduation coming up, and our first graduation. We're graduating 17 seniors, so we actually have that coming up.
And what's the angle of the school? What's the mission statement or the special part of the school? What do you do?
So originally I wanted to open the school up in Philadelphia.
Right.
We wanted to get Pepper Middle School, the abandoned school, or we wanted to get I forgot the name slips the
Germantown?
school. No, it's right behind my house where the young lady was found dead at a few months ago.
Oh, yeah, kind of Sky. I forget the name of the school, though. But
Ada Lewis.
Ada Lewis, yep.
Yes.
Ada Lewis. We wanted to get either of those schools a couple years ago. And we also tried for Germantown High School. So we were denied for Pepper. We were denied for Ada Lewis, although we had investors, so Germantown High School was the next solution. It was on the market, $100,000. My mortgage covered that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I actually offered them close to $400,000 because I didn't want it to get denied. Well, they denied me. This is when Daryl Clark was our council president.
Okay.
So Cindy Bass wouldn't help me. Kenyatta Johnson wouldn't help me. Daryl Clark, he wouldn't even meet with me. They turned around and sell the property a month later for $100,000, even though I had all the community support. I live on that block with Germantown High School, the same exact street. So that's what prompted me to go to Wilmington and open up our school. And it's taking a little longer to grow, but we're growing, and we have the full support of the school districts in Newcastle County.
That is wonderful stuff. We'll talk with you more about that. And Alante, next week we're going to announce the local person of the year for the Big Mulligans broadcast.
Oh, wow.
You're right in the mix there at the end. We'll see how it plays out. Yeah. This is our Dom Giordano Day in Wildwood special
and
event.
I took off for June 19th.
Perfect. You're invited too if you want to come down.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you'll love the listeners. Can't wait to meet you. My wife. Some of these characters you've heard Xenos and some of these guys. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is a special day.
Let's do it.
So again, where do we find you, Alante, until then?
At Alante McCauley across all platforms, ALLANTEMCAULEY, or you can also follow what's going on with our group at Flip Philly Red.
And William, where do we find you?
Yes, William Small across all platforms, or William Small Official on YouTube. And you can also, I'm with Flip Philly Red, so any of their platforms also. And Alante posts me a lot too. So if you want to see
I noticed that.
Yeah, go to his
team
page.
effort.
It's quite a duo. City Council wouldn't want to. I pay to see that debate on Cuba with O'Rourke or. Now, who is it? Cindy Bass called it hate speech. None of that hate speech, Alante. All right. Your reaction coming up in the side question 2 here on Talk Radio 1210.
Kale and Company weekday mornings 6 till 10.
Here's the big announcement. Coming up next Thursday, May 28th, at the New Jersey FOP Lodge 56 in West Berlin, we will be live from 6 to 11, and we will have a special guest. Sean Farish is coming on up.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a good old time.
Yes.
Yes.
Sean will join us live and in person next Thursday at FOP Lodge 56. Go get tickets right now. 1210WPHT.com. They're free. Again, they're free.
Start your day with Kale and Company. Weekday mornings 6 till 10 on Talk Radio 1210, WPHT, and the free Odyssey app.
Now we're moving into summer, and it's time we find out how brutal the winter weather was to our home. Hey, it's Rich Izzioli. If you're looking for a contractor that can help you with repairs during this time, or maybe you want to get a jump on those renovations, go with my guys, Emmons. They deliver protection, peace of mind, and true craftsmanship. That's why Emmons has always been my go-to contractor for over 10 years in 2 different homes. And they even just remodeled our kids' bathroom. Plus, you're going to get American-made products, American-made roofing products to lifetime warranted Owens Corning roofs built to handle severe weather, siding that elevates and insulates your home, and made in America, windows and doors that blend style and performance, made in America. Emmons has you covered every step of the way. So go to emmonsroofing.com, upgrade your home with confidence, make sure you tell them I sent you, and always go with the company that I go with because I trust them and they've delivered for me each and every time in 2 different homes. That's Emmons Roofing, emmonsroofing.com.
In Philadelphia, Chase is proud to root for the home team because they're our team too. We cheer from the bleachers and on the sidelines. We cheer for gymnasts and quarterbacks. And with more than 80 local Chase branches and 5,000 nationwide, we are right beside you, Philadelphia. Neighborhood bankers, digital tools, national strength. Chase, make more of what's yours.
JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
We gathered real Pennsylvania seniors and asked them how they would benefit from an extra $1,000. Here's what they had to say.
Everything is so expensive these days.
Car expenses, repairs.
My groceries, heating costs.
Medications. Sure, I could easily spend $1,000 like that.
Through Pennsylvania's property tax rent rebate program, eligible seniors and adults with disabilities could receive up to $1,000. Check your eligibility and apply online.
Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Chuck McDowell here with Red Pocket Mobile. How long have you been stuck with the same phone plan? 2 years? 5? 10? Are you tired of surprise fees and confusing bills that never match what you thought you were paying? Cut the nonsense.
Right now at redpocket.com, new and existing customers adding a line can get our premium 5G plan for just $5 a month. That's only $60 a year.
And here's the kicker. Red Pocket Mobile gives you access to all 3 5G networks. You pick the one that works best where you live or work, or switch anytime for better coverage. And with Red Pocket, you keep your phone and your number. Why in the world would you not switch? Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Celebrate Memorial Day with big savings from Red Pocket Mobile. Right now, new and existing customers can get our premium 5G plan for just $5 a month. Just $60 a year and choose from all 3 major 5G networks with one locked-in low price at redpocket.com. That's redpocket.com. redpocket.com.
Now you can listen to Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on the iHeartRadio app.
All right, Tom Giordano's show. 2 wonderful guys in Philadelphia that just kind of dropped out of the sky all of a sudden. Well, I think I had seen William before maybe, but Alante just has triggered all kinds of good things. I know he'll be with us at Mulligan's. Don't forget, June 19th, start making your plans. It's going to be a huge day. Phone lines are 855-839-1210. By the way, the Philly Greek Fest starts tonight. We may not be hearing from Zeno's today or
no
tomorrow.
Wonder the phone
maybe
lines have been so silent.
Yeah, and right, Upper Darby. Maybe these guys are already headed over here for that. The Upper Marion Data Center, back to Coleman, is the one that I was mentioning. Just a huge, huge burden that we're dealing with here that continues. I'm coming to your calls, but I wanted to play so I don't forget it. Here is Tallarico. Tallarico, the guy who I think is a threat, even though there's a lot of baggage there in Texas. Here's what he says if you advocate for school choice. We were just talking to William Small about his own private school and school choice. Listen to what he says about that and how will this play in Texas. You're just a Christian nationalist. If you favor school choice, cut 20.
Part of this Christian nationalist movement is trying to pass these things called private school vouchers. And if you're not an education policy person, you may have never heard of this. But essentially, it's an effort to take tax dollars out of our public schools, which are underfunded as they are. Texas is 43rd in the nation in per student education funding. So it's taking dollars out of the classroom and giving it to unaccountable private schools, usually Christian private schools. Again, part of this effort to blur the lines between church and state. And the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, made this his top legislative priority for the year last year.
All right, so you're a Christian nationalist. Now, Tallarico, I'm not going to play it for you, has on his website too. I'm proud to announce that we have I Am Tallarico t-shirts on our website. So he believes playing with this is the way this is going to go. I think too many people, though, are underestimating him. I get it. The tofu, the whole thing, Jesse Waters, his alleged girlfriend. I get it. There's a lot of baggage here, a lot to play with. But the baggage of Paxton is also advanced. So that's a big deal. As I mentioned to you, somebody sent a memo to Sean Duffy, okay? Now, Fox is the one playing this now. So we got a back and forth going on here where Sean Duffy says, no, we shouldn't be shutting down customs. You know, when you come through travel, customs in sanctuary city airports just because we differ with them politically. If I get them on, we don't differ with them politically. It's the law. They can't harbor people that are here illegally, criminals and others. So Mullen, President Trump, do it. What will Philadelphia do? Are they going to let people through without having customs? I don't know about that. Are they going to be more reasonable and say, all right, let's negotiate? Do they really? And each day that this goes on in Newark, that's where I would start. Will they do it? Duffy's saying that's just politics, essentially. I don't see it that way. It's the law. How frustrating is it? How many times have we seen them laugh at us? Some judge jumps in, you can't take away the money. Ha, 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 ha. Remember Jim Kenney? Remember the Jim Kenney dance, Sanctuary City, dancing with his aide? Remember that? That made national news? And we had to sit there and lump it? It's illegal. Okay. Well, then maybe we're not going to provide the service that you need to have air travel, essentially, from outside the country to inside the country. What are you going to do then? Do they have the ability to do it? Yeah, they have the ability. Will they do it? All right, let me go to Joe in Exton. And Joe, you're next in on Talk Radio 1210. Hey, Joe.
Yes, hello, Dom, and good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Joe.
My person of singular acclaim is Michelangelo Buonarroti, who excelled in both painting and sculpture during the years of the Italian Renaissance.
All right, Joe, so you're saying he's in a league of his own even against Da Vinci, huh?
Well, Da Vinci was a spin-off of Michelangelo.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. And he went through the whole naming, the whole name, not just the Michelangelo, and not Michelangelo.
And
Nicely played.
And he had the nice little Italian accent.
Okay, he did. He had it all. And a knockoff, he didn't say. He said spin-off, but maybe a knockoff of the great man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think Michelangelo in that field is in a league of his own. But Da Vinci, as far as diversity at the highest levels of so many things, in that category, he would be in a league of his own. All right, it's 855-839-1210. Henry, if we can pick this up, now we have, if you're watching this on Fox, I don't know if there's sound of it, Fox is playing it. Fox talking about this New Jersey congressman cursing at agents during the protest. That would be Bobby Menendez Jr. All right, this guy thinks it's a Jersey way, like he's a mob figure or something. Maybe the gold bars went to his head. I mean,
so.
You know, it's one thing doing the Menendez way, running people over. Remember that? Getting away with it. The gold bars in your suits. But cursing, that's a headline from Fox. Cursing at ICE agents. And he's a representative. Is he a congressman or a representative? I think he's in the state house. I could be wrong. I don't think he's a congressman. You know, the father wasn't in there long enough to make him a senator, I guess. 855-839-1210. So what's going on in Newark is just astounding here. Just incredible how far they push this. A couple of other things, too. We mentioned Dr. Jill Biden. So Dr. Jill Biden out there with a book. Of course, she goes on CBS Sunday morning, throw softball after softball. And she says she never saw Joe act like that when he said that gibberish during the debate. And if you remember, Trump had the presence of mind. By the way, that debate was fair. You got to say that Dana Bash and Jake Tapper were good moderators in that. There are opportunities. She doesn't say she went to the doctor or somebody like that and tried to do anything. You know, there were times where you could have done it. So she's lying. This is exactly the type of behavior he was exhibiting. Didn't even read the briefing books, couldn't even be bothered to do, couldn't ascertain any of that. And they couldn't get to the finish line but maybe they could have, as far as barely getting by with this. When Biden just said complete gibberish in the answer, though, and Trump hit him with that, it took a little while, but that was the end. That was the end to get Biden out. And Trump knew it. And if you remember, Trump was wanting to keep him in then. Absolutely. Harris's problem wasn't that she didn't have enough time. It was that she had too much time. She'd be better off if he quit 2 weeks before the election. She might have had a better shot. All right, 855-839-1210. So Dr. Jill's book, big event they're having for her in Philadelphia, probably free library, softball after softball after softball. And Dr. Jill Biden's, maybe it's unfair, her voice is, shall we say, not a prestige voice and is grating on me almost like no other. And the fact that she had to be called Dr. Jill Biden all the time. Everybody knows you have a phony doctor. Well, not phony, it's real, but it's not exactly rocket scientist that you engaged in. Why come out with this book now? Because they're going to still fight this, that there was nothing wrong with Joe Biden. The party wronged him. And away we go. But the fact that she thought it was a stroke and would allow this to go on is, I don't think it holds up. I don't think it's true. And then nobody's going to buy that. By the way, in our ongoing battle to see how much it cost to go to the Knicks game because of being invaded with these people here, there was a great comparison on Twitter of looking at homes in OKC or San Antonio, because some Knicks fans are parsing it out to say it might be better to get a cheap flight and back to San Antonio and a ticket there than the nosebleed at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've looked into that for other things before. Yeah.
And the housing question, Zillow put this up, or somebody put it up on Twitter. They showed houses for $569,000 you could get in Oklahoma City, the acreage, et cetera, versus 2 seats. It's gone up a little bit. I think it was $569,000 for 2 seats. They're not on Celebrity Row at Madison Square Garden. I'm not sure which game. But you could get a house with sizable acreage for that in either San Antonio or OKC.
It's crazy.
It's stunning. It's such a comparison. It just makes the point. People are going to be willing to pay this stuff. They'll probably be sold out somehow or another. They have enough people with that kind of money in New York to do this. Does it make Mandani's affordability argument? These people can afford to do that, but everybody else is shut out. Or the people can't afford to do it, like the $1,200 seats, and they're just putting it on credit cards and figuring it out. A little hard to say on that one. As long as they don't come here, but at these prices, they will come here.
Yeah,
all right.
Because the ticket there is, still more expensive than taking the train, buying a ticket, and then getting another train ticket back.
Right. Yeah. All right. So the breaking story, I'm kind of surprised there's not more hoopla around this, but Secretary Besson is holding a White House briefing. I don't know why Besson, after the U.S. and Iran, now it's becoming clear, have reached a 60-day deal to extend the ceasefire. I am really shocked at Trump on this. 60 more day ceasefire. And the deal seems to be they will renounce, on paper, giving up nuclear ambitions, saving face for us. The Strait of Hormuz will reopen. Within 30 days, the mines will be out. And we'll have a ceasefire. And we'll negotiate about getting that nuclear material that's buried. Is that good enough for you? I mean, I'm talking about this as we're here. I don't know that Trump has signed it or not. It looks to be unclear, but Besson's holding a briefing. You got to be in the tank for the Trump administration to say this is good enough. You really do. Look, we all want it to be over with. We all want to get our focus on the midterms. But the other side and the media are not going to let go. If this is the deal after all this, and we got to go through 60 more days of this, let's figure that out. That takes us almost to August. And then there will be some other thing that we have to deal with Iran at that point. Not good enough. This is not the deal. And Besson's going to be talking about it, but I don't think it's good enough. All right, here's Menendez Jr. Henry, is it fair to say, because there were all kinds of people there, is he cursing at the agents?
No.
Who's he cursing at?
Some guy with an American flag.
Okay, some guy with an American flag. All right, here's Bobby Menendez Jr. at the Newark protests.
Congressman, you haven't been allowed in, correct?
No, I've been in.
Oh, you have. Have you been in the past 2 days?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
So the delay was on Sunday when I came here at 8 o'clock at night and was not allowed in for over 18 hours. And so.
Kill Diana Cortez. You helped kill her.
Do you believe pregnant women should be in there right now? Do you believe pregnant women?
Yes.
When they commit no crime?
You just have to sign a paper and they go home. They're not allowed to be here. They have to go home. How's your dad?
Fantastic.
How's your dad?
That's your dad.
You know what? Hey, let me ask you. You believe
They got the
American flag. You should believe in due process.
They got the process for you.
You are a liar.
Citizens don't get as much process as illegals.
All right. So maybe it is this protester. Fox may have had that one a little wrong, but Menendez Jr. Has been involved with several people there, as have a bunch of others, okay? 855-839-1210. All right, grab a line. We're coming to your calls. Hit us. Somebody in a league of their own is also what we're looking for. And as I said, this Newark situation, we're going to try to see if Bramnick will come on tomorrow. This guy, I hope the feds are after. Right in the face of the agent, tells him, I've seen your face, essentially, blank you, we're coming after you, we'll find you and your wife and kids, your whole family. Now, that is a threat on a federal officer. That is potentially criminal. You have to be indicted. You have your day in court. Isn't that where ICE is right to wear masks? 855-839-1210. Let's talk about first, though, Pennsylvania, New Jersey home sellers. If you're over 60, the silver tsunami is not coming. It's here. More empty nesters selling equals more competition. And here's the truth. The prepared homes, they're the ones that will sell. The overpriced homes will sit. And the unprepared sellers will take forever to sell and get less money. Join me and my great friend Diane Giordano-Casaccio, broker, owner of Giordano Realtors, for her next home seller seminar, Tuesday, June 9th in Fort Washington. We'll have wine and appetizers, a meet and greet with me, and at 5 p.m. The seminar starts at 6. So learn how to prepare early, protect your equity, avoid costly mistakes, create your home selling game plan before the market gets more competitive. Every attendee gets a free copy of one of Diane's home selling books. And as my good friend Diane Giordano says, your worst nightmare is when your home does not sell. Just RSVP now. It's all free. Call 215-576-8666 or go to 215-576-8666.com.
You've put in the work to get that first job, moved up the ranks, or started a family. Now it's time to take your success to the next level. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we're here to help you keep that momentum going with educational programs built around real-world, in-demand career skills. We'll teach you how to apply emerging technologies like AI and data science, plus timeless skills like leadership, communication, critical thinking, and more. Affordable, accredited, and online. A UMGC education fits your life so you can keep growing while you keep going. You've succeeded before. Now succeed again. At UMGC, we believe nothing should stand in the way of your next achievement. Not doubt, not your life stage, and especially not an application fee. Just apply by June 1st and we'll waive your application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
There are many reasons to hire Morgan & Morgan for your injury case. Here's reason 17. In today's new world, many law firms have had money injected into their firms by Wall Street, private equity, and other lenders. This money usually comes in at very, very high interest rates. It's one of the reasons you see so many lawyers advertising. I'm John Morgan. This money is expensive and the interest compounds quickly. These law firms can have a huge need for cash just to pay that debt. Why does it matter to you? My fear is your case is settled early and for far less than it's worth, just to service the loan that has mafia-like rates. Our financial strength is your advantage. That plus our reputation makes our firm your firm. Visit forthepeople.com to see our results and verdicts. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Morgan & Morgan, 2005 Market Street, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania lawyer will handle Pennsylvania cases. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
While in the line at the grocery store, crash-proof consumer Rob Lukens met a neighbor concerned about their retirement future.
I was standing in the checkout line at a grocery store, and people were complaining about the food costs. And I happened to turn to somebody, and I heard them talking to a person behind them about their 401k. I said, "What do you do?" And they looked at me with a blank stare, and they said, "There's not much I can do." And I said, "That's sad. Can you imagine if the market goes down, that you wouldn't lose any money?" And the guy laughed and said, "That doesn't exist." And I said, "It does exist. It's a program called Crash Proof. I have not lost a penny. My wife and I are averaging over 8% a year." I wrote down the phone number and I said, "Call," because the earlier you start, the more money you're going to save.
Schedule an appointment or register for our next event at Downingtown Country Club on Tuesday, June 16th, 800-722-9728 or crashproofretirement.com.
Nothing makes a gathering great like Eggland's Best Eggs. They're so delicious and with better nutrition, too. For us, it's eggs any style, as long as they're the best. Eggland's Best.
Weather sponsored by H&K Group Incorporated.
A less humid air mass continues to build into the Delaware Valley. Today, we'll see a mixture of sunshine and clouds, very pleasant with a high 78. For tonight, mostly clear and cool, low 56 for the city, a bit cooler in the suburbs, and another pleasant day on Friday with a mix of sun and clouds with a high of around 80.
Start your new career with H&K Group Incorporated. H&K Group wants to offer you the opportunity to be part of the industry leader. 80 locations across Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware. Visit hkgroup.com and apply today. H&K is an equal opportunity employer.
Now back to the Piazza Auto Group studios. Experience the power of one with 8 brands and 25 locations. This is Talk Radio 1210, WPHT.
All right, Dom Giordano show. Somebody who is in a league of their own in their field. Pretty good post on Twitter. Quay Travis. Democrats, all that autopsy told them they have to do a better job of speaking to normal men. And the 3 white guys they picked to do it are Tim Walz, James Tallarico, and Graham Plattner. So it seems like they got a daffy football coach, allegedly, a guy who eats barbecue and is holding a napkin with the barbecue as he's doing it, which obviously looks staged, and then a guy with a Nazi. They went too far the other way. Oh, let's get a real He-Man. Let's tag in a Nazi. Instead of something normal, this is where they're going to go, because you can't be normal and advance in their party. I saw a poll this morning where Mayor Pete Buttigieg is the leading candidate to be the nominee. Oh, let's pray. Let's hope that's the case. And I'll tell you now, you might want to, if you play any of the poly market, any of those things, I would not be betting on Vance. I'm convinced that Vance is not even going to run in 2028. Not saying definitively it's going to be Rubio, but I think it's going to be Rubio. And that's not a bad thing. And it would be amazing how Trump and Rubio coming together after the firestorm from 2016 over all kinds of things. All right, hit us with somebody who is out of their league in a particular field. Guy Shiraki is going to be here in a couple of minutes. And I asked him, all right, $4.6 billion in change budget Philadelphia Public Schools have. They need all this money, though. Where does $4.6 billion go? Well, it looks like they're going to sign off $650,000 to 3 families, 1 white, 1 black, 1 biracial, who sued them all the way back to 2022. They can't get enough kids that are diverse to go to the better schools, so-called magnet schools, the special schools, right? Think magnet. So they came up with a lottery system and all kinds of permutations that are clearly racist in order to make this happen. And it's not just whites. You know who they're after trying to keep out of these schools, too many of them, Asian students. So now a judge has ruled it looks like they're going to just sign off and give those three families $650,000. Well, how often are they involved in shenanigans like this? How top-heavy are they with administrators? How much waste, fraud, and abuse goes on in this system? And the answer is it's almost legendary. But they met up against the wrong people. Big rideshare, Uber, I think is beating them back, and they don't know what to do. They need more and more money to waste. All right, so we'll talk with Guy about that in some detail and a couple of other things. And then we'll take some of your calls. The Money Melody is here. Not sure on Scott Presler. It's a difficult day today to get him locked down, given what he's up to. But we're working on it. You get in at 855-839-1210. Jump on board, grab a line, hit us with somebody in their field that is out of their league in honor of the anniversary. Well, Saturday's the anniversary, but we're celebrating it today for our purposes. 855-839-1210.
By texting 64000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Pocket Host. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at pockethost.com/terms.
Hi, I'm Richard Karn, and the world's #1 expandable hose has gone ballistic. The brand new Pocket Hose Ballistic is here, and it's the hose I reach for every time. This brand new anti-burst sleeve uses an extraordinary new liquid crystal polymer used in bulletproof vests, tough enough to handle anything your outdoor tasks throw its way. And that's not all. The Pocket Hose Ballistic comes with even more upgrades like thicker washers that resist leaks and an enhanced UV coating so your hose looks brand new year after year. What could be better than that? How about not one, but 2 free gifts with your purchase? For a limited time, when you purchase a new Pocket Hose Ballistic, you'll get a free 360-degree rotating pocket pivot and a free thumb drive nozzle. Just text SUMMER to 64,000. That's SUMMER to 64,000 for your 2 free gifts with purchase. That's SUMMER to 64,000.
Hey, it's Nick Cale here. As you know, my teammates from the Piazza Auto Group now include 2 Infiniti dealerships, Ardmore and Westchester. Infiniti has a new star player in their lineup, the all-new 2027 QX65. This luxury crossover is sporty, smart, and spacious with bold style and dynamic performance. Take it for a test drive today. More good news, 0% financing for 60 months. That is still available on the award-winning QX60 and QX80 SUVs. Visit Infiniti Ardmore or Infiniti Westchester and tell them Nick sent you.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-700-6898. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-700-6898. That's 800-700-6898. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-700-6898. 800-700-6898.
Calling on East Greenville to follow Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on the free Odyssey app. Download it today.
All right, it is Dom time. Guy Shiraki, better than most anyone out there you're going to find that can break down, because he actually leads with the facts, Philadelphia Public Schools in this battle for more and more money. Where does it go? I just told you about the $650,000 lawsuit. It looks like they're going to settle because they want to have lotteries and keeping Asian students out and racial barriers in the, quote, better schools because they're not getting enough other kids who belong in those schools. It is a fraudulent system second to none. So let's bring in Guy. He's been writing about this in several places we'll tell you about. Hey, Guy, thank you for highlighting what the budget really is, $4.6 billion. Give us some ideas, maybe not line item. Where does that money go?
Sure, and on average now, Dom, it's about 25,000 a child. Just to put in perspective, Mary and Mercy Academy is $23,000 a year. So taxpayers are now spending more per child in Philadelphia than if we sent all of the girl students, all the female students to Mary and Mercy. However, we only get the silver medal. Pittsburgh has broken $33,000 a child. In Pittsburgh, they could send all the kids to Pitt with tuition, room, and board. Where has it gone? It has gone largely in a few areas, but largely the bureaucracy on Broad Street at 440 North Broad keeps growing. It's not so much teachers, it's the amount of money they've spent to add assistant superintendents and directors. As I say in my column, they're counting genders, they're counting race, they're counting rubrics. They're just not seeming to pay attention to use anybody that's counting test scores or safety. So what's largely happened is the bureaucracy. This is a typical sad story of government. They fail at something, and instead of fixing it, they pour money and paper over it. Instead of recognizing that too many kids can't read, what you do is lower the standards for magnet schools to the point where the magnet schools no longer are really magnet schools. They did it to Girls High first, then they did it to Central, and now they're doing it to Masterman and the others. Rather than recognizing that too few kids can read and write and do math, we give everybody a trophy, we lower the standards, and we paper over it. It's a tragedy. And at nearly $5 billion, the taxpayers are on the hook. And that's why I wrote, it's money for nothing. And it's a tragedy.
Right. And you mentioned safety, too, another big concern. And one other note, and I think you have it in the column, but you mentioned it before. Harrisburg, the reading proficiency is only 12%. So proficient isn't really proficient. It's barely, maybe we'll say this is proficient. It is beyond belief. Now, I interviewed a Democrat today, Guy, for my podcast on school choice, and you've been a guest on several times. Thank you for that. He's really plugged in. We have a pizza bet. He says every Democrat governor is ultimately going to sign off on school choice. I don't think Josh Shapiro is, so I think I win.
Look, what I don't know is why is it so hard?
Yeah.
It costs taxpayers zero. All he would have to do is send a letter to the Department of Education to say that Pennsylvania participates. And then all that happens is that folks like you and me and the listeners are allowed to donate money to scholarship organizations so that poor and working class families can go to school. Scholarship organizations like the Children's Scholarship Fund, Blocks, the Foundation for Catholic Education, the Jewish Federation, all these institutions that exist that have been serving hundreds of thousands of kids. So to me, it's not so much, of course it matters whether he does or doesn't. What's mind-boggling to me is that 39 states now have made a decision. He's into the final 11 and won't make a decision that will cost nothing and allow people to give money to help kids get out of these schools. It's why folks like, the Yaz's have had to step forward and reach into their own pockets for these kids in the schools that you and I discussed, Don, where the toilets are overflowing and there are rats. The school district's finally going to close some of them, but they're giving them nowhere necessarily safe to go. Tom, I mean, this is it's an academic tragedy. It's a human tragedy. It's a taxpayer tragedy. And that we're debating how much more money to give them defies every bit of common sense.
Does it help that somehow or another, and I wanted to rely on you, Guy, maybe you have a sense of this, Uber is going to win on this. They're already winning on this. Is it just deep pockets? They're paying the right people? Because Big Soda, even though those were pretty good union jobs for the soda truck drivers, they couldn't win. They were made to be evil, but Uber is winning.
Well, more and more people are using Uber to get to work. It's how sometimes families, how senior citizens get the doctor's appointments. Not to mention in the city that more and more people don't want to pay $25 and $50. And as we speak now, I'm about to pay $50 to park downtown. It's cheaper
Well, wait
to
a
ride
minute, Guy.
Uber.
Wait a minute. I have to point a personal privilege here. Give us an idea where you're going. Not exact location, but give me an idea because I want to say something on that $50 thing. Where are you going?
I am broadcasting live from the Comcast building for another shameless plug
that's
where you
okay.
can find me.
No,
where
that's
you can find me Sunday at 11:30. But again,
that's fine.
But I'm down.
Yeah,
but I'm downtown.
Comcast building. Wait a minute, guys.
Yeah.
So it might be maybe a 6-block walk versus the $50.
Not when you're trying to be in 3 places and you have to park at the closest place.
Well, I'm glad you have the show. It's long overdue. So that's good stuff. I'll give a listen certainly, but
but it is right to your point. Uber's going to win because this, as you know, with all these things, it hits taxpayers, it hits riders. But to me, the bigger issue is this. Dom, you and I mean, you've been fighting longer than me, right? I come along and stand on your shoulders, and we're looking for other people to come to be the next to carry the baton. But the reality is this. When I went to my first school choice rally, Philadelphia was getting ready in the upcoming year to spend $8,000. We've now exceeded $25,000, and the test scores are lower, and the buildings are in worse condition. The bureaucracy's gotten larger. The teachers' union's more powerful. It's not about money. So I've said to my Democratic friends, if you could tell me at what price point children will read, the buildings will be safe, and parents will be involved, I'll go ask Doug Mastriano to vote for the money. I'll go and ask anyone. The problem is they can never tell you at what price point do we fix this. And you and I have seen it go from $8,000 to $25,000, and they still haven't fixed it. So it's not just Uber, it's anything. The soda tax was going to fix it. Uber's going to fix it. The fix is not money. I wish it was. If it was money, it would be easy and we'd solve it. It's not money. It's the bureaucracy. It's the insanity of what's being taught. It's the bureaucracy that's growing. It's social promotion. It's victimization. It's all of the wrong things. Look, Mississippi is dirt poor. They've gone to number 1 or 2 in the nation in reading by teaching phonics. It's not that hard.
Exactly. Great work, Guy, and I mean that. Congratulations on the show. We'll have to talk about that. And the guy who's my editor, Ed Palladino, every time we have you on, says, "Oh, that guy should be on the air." Every time. Definitely.
Well, tell him to tell people who care. But in the meantime, I'm happy to do shows like this, and also happy to have the freedom at night to be found on a softball field doing other things I love. So thank you,
Guy. Thank you very much. All right, let's see if we can get you under $50 today. I can't get that out of my head. Thanks, Guy.
Here. Thank you,
Henry. $50. You know me a little bit, right? I'm coming up with some kind of plot, some kind of way, shape, or form, even if I had to be somewhere. There's got to be a shower and a quick change of clothes to run there or something. $50. Oh,
yeah, I'm
God.
keeping a change of clothes in the backpack or something.
Yeah, that's it. That's way out of line.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. All right, coming up, a league of their own. All right, that's what we're looking for. Somebody who is so singular. We've had some good ones on Twitter. Any walk of life, hit us with that. We got Dom's Money Melody coming up, too. And you heard what Guy said. Where's their power, then? What is their power base? My podcast, Old School, New School, Next School, drops every Thursday. You can find it on there's a gazillion platforms out there. And I interviewed this former mayor of Providence today, big-time Democrat. But he's the ghost whisperer to Democrats to get them to buy in on school choice. And he bet me that every Democrat governor will sign off on this by the deadline. I'm going to win that bet. Their party wants to stand in the schoolhouse doors. And that's why you'll have atrocities like the Philadelphia Public Schools. Now, we're trying to get that principal on who has gone off about, the Eagles wouldn't play with 9 players. Why are we expected to have these cuts? Well, you just heard Guy Shiraki. That's why the money's not going to the schools. It's going to the bureaucracy and lawsuits and everything else. 855-839-1210. Grab a line.
With your Cash Reward MasterCard from American Heritage Credit Union, you can earn up to 3% cash back on essentials like groceries and gas, and up to 2% cash back on travel and dining. For everything else, you'll earn up to 1% cash back. Earn a little extra when celebrating our nation's 250th anniversary this summer. Head to AmericanHeritageCU.org/cashback to apply today. Insured by the NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender. Not a member? Join today.
Living here is about more than just the headlines. It's the new restaurant opening in Fishtown. It's the playoff energy at the bank. It's the festivals that make your neighborhood feel like home.
KYW News Radio brings you the pulse of the Delaware Valley. From service journalism that solves problems to stories that celebrate our culture, we cover the life you're actually living.
Authentic, local, factual. KYW News Radio, Philadelphia's most trusted news source.
Jim Cipriotti at Retire Ready Financial Group doesn't need Google to know you're worried about retirement. Between inflation, rising taxes, and the uncertainty about Social Security, he understands. That's why he offers a complimentary retirement second opinion. It's a no-obligation meeting for you to talk about your concerns about retirement. You want to know if you're going to be okay? Let's find out. 610-894-7415 or go online, retirereadyfg.com.
Insurance and annuities offered through James V. Cipriotti, NPN number 2083768.
Our yoga instructor challenged us to find inner peace. I found it faster than anyone. After 4 seconds, I stood up and screamed, "I found Nirvana! I win!" They asked me to leave. I guess they don't respect winning. Bet365 does, though. New customers get $200 in bonus bets just for betting $10. Namaste, losers. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Pennsylvania. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Summer is here, and that means pool days and patio nights. But is your uneven concrete making your backyard feel more like a construction zone than a vacation spot? Stop worrying about stubbed toes and stumbles. Keystone Guncrete can level your pool deck and patio quickly and cleanly, saving you thousands over the cost of pouring new concrete. We'll have your backyard party ready before your water even gets warm. Head to KeystoneGuncrete.com. Remember, Guncrete is spelled with a K. Mention 1210 and we'll take $50 off your project.
Pet parents, there are many sources to buy your pet food these days, but at Dogs and Cats Rule, we take special care in selecting our brands based on quality of ingredients, company transparency, and science-based nutrition. Coming into a Dogs and Cats Rule store with a dietary issue, we can help select the proper food. The best part of the visit is the shopping experience. That's Dogs and Cats Rule with 7 locations. For information online, visit dogsandcatsrule.pet. Dogs and Cats Rule. Shop small, shop local, shop family.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds, and you can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/protect. That's ethos.com/protect. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Rates may vary.
In the military, the mission was clear. You knew what to do. Now, the mission has changed. Stepping into civilian life isn't about finding a job. It's finding your purpose.
I wanted a career that would leverage the skills and discipline I gained in the military. IT just felt right.
My Computer Career offers class schedules that fit into your life and skills in high demand. Put your VA benefits to work. Visit mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to jumpstart your IT career today. An elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
All right, it is Dom time. Big 2 o'clock hour, 855-839-1210. That's how you get on board. Here's a headline, Philadelphia Inquirer. Meet the South Jersey Democrats competing on Tuesday to face Trump loyalist Jeff Van Drew. He does talk to the president and often, I think, persuade the president in the right way. One of them is a big money guy who apparently just moved into the district to take on Van Drew. So we'll let you know, is there a real threat there or not, and be all in. He is just one of a kind, and I hope he's coming to Dom Day. He thinks he is?
I just got the word just a few minutes ago, actually.
He is?
Yeah, he will be at Dom Giordano Day.
All right, Johnny, here's what you're going to have to do this afternoon. Remember that back thing we talked about, knocking out the wall and making that bigger? You got time to develop that between now and then. All right.
Quick fix.
Just the guest list alone. We don't know about Scott Presler. It might be a conflict. He's got a book. Rutter's got a book. And who was the third one? I thought there was a third author that was involved with this. I know there were three somehow. Oh, Joe Concha.
Right.
People love Joe Concha, though. That's a pretty good number of views.
There's going to be a lot of kegs I'm keeping an eye out for.
Oh, yeah, the platinum keg. Yeah, I may not even get a space out there.
I know, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then yesterday, if you missed it, we were challenged by our Southwest Philly caller he wants to play both of us in individual matches. Oh, my God.
I say he donates money to TMF if he
Okay,
if he loses.
that would be good. Yeah.
But I still want him in studio either way. So.
Oh, yeah, we still want him down there, and he's in Seattle. So, Pete, he should be able to get over there. It would be nice if he had every one of them in front of him, the frequent callers, and he imitated them. That might be an interesting,
awesome.
Interesting thing going on.
Yep.
All right, so 855-839-1210, that's how you get in. Here's the thing, and I know whenever we meet people, either a bunch of people like Mulligans or over the years, thousands and thousands of people, maybe I may have met at events 100,000 people or more when you tally them up easily. They always do two things. They say, whatever happened, meaning to a story, everybody's gung-ho, then it ends. And they want to know what was the outcome because of all the outrage. Or they'll say, hey, don't you think, be it whatever the Republican, in this case Trump, should do something about this, and here's what they can do. I love the idea of Mark Wayne Mullen, and I see it really bubbling up. They seem to be more serious about it. Do it to at least one airport. Do it to Newark, where they're fighting hand-to-hand combat, and pull the customs agents. If the federal government says, hey, you don't want to follow the federal law, then we're going to cut you off from international air travel. Just imagine, even for one day, what that would be like. But then Sean Duffy jumps up. He is the head of the Transportation Authority Department, and he says we shouldn't be doing that just because we differ with the politics of the people involved. What's up with this guy? It's not their politics that they're just progressives or whatever. It's illegal to be a sanctuary city. They know that. But so far, we haven't found a mechanism to stop them from doing it. Tell me anywhere that we've succeeded in making a sanctuary city become not a sanctuary city. And that's because every time you try to take the money away, you know what happens. Some judge somewhere, something somewhere says, you can't touch this money, you can't do this. It's a pretty famous one. Jim Kenney dancing, jumping up and down, holding arms with his chief of staff, Sanctuary City, laughing about it. Remember that? That's what it was about. Where they ruled, nope, can't do anything to Philadelphia. You're going to be a sanctuary city. Now, some of them are sanctuary cities to the extreme. There's all sorts of variants. Philadelphia is one of those. It's on the high side of being a sanctuary city. What would Philadelphia do if that was done to their airport, even for a day? I can't answer, but I hope that Mark Wayne Mullen has Trump's ear. And Duffy is showing a bad side here. He doesn't get, it's not politics. I mean, politics is always involved in all this. It's the law. You can't be a sanctuary city. I mean, what is the guy missing? And by the way, Mark Wayne Mullen, I think, has done a heck of a job since he's taken over. Notice, he's not at putting his face out there in costumes and all like Kristi Noem. I don't know what's up with Kristi Noem, by the way. When I covered, I was right there step by step watching this in the spin room, which greatest experience of my life to be eyeballing these guys. My showdown with Scaramucci. All right, I may have been standing on my tiptoes to be even taller versus him. You know, when he goes, what's up with this? What kind of... Watching Josh Shapiro come running in with a big state of Pennsylvania flag, running into the arena with 100 people behind him, Henry. Watching an MSNBC host who's no longer there from Philadelphia literally take off her heels and crawl underneath a pile of men to get to where Trump and Vance were.
You've got to respect the dedication.
Oh, I did. I wanted to interview. I was going to crawl underneath and get the interview of her interviewing them. I was on with Walter Sterling then. It was nuts. The spin room, if you ever have a chance, you got to be in there to see what these characters. Imagine 150 of these aggressive people, 300 media types like me in this giant football field-like thing. What could happen? I did get Marco Rubio saying he doesn't like the Cowboys.
Nice.
Yeah, but I don't think it was true. I didn't think he knew we were in Philadelphia. He figured, he kept walking, and he said it, though. Yeah, I got him for about 3 seconds. You know, he was stunned by it. Like, you want to talk Iran? No, Cowboys.
Suck.
And Scaramucci with the cufflinks and with the monogram on the... I didn't forget that. And he was going along with it till it got heated. Then he went, what kind of thing is this? What news organization is this? And when I said talk radio, he was like, uh-oh. Yes, the mooch. Let's go to Joe in Columbus, New Jersey. Talk Radio 1210. Hey, Joe, afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Dom, Henry. It's great to talk to you guys every day.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
And, Dom, I got to tell you, you guys put on a production that could never be rivaled or matched, no matter which show it is. Today's morning show was just fantastic. And it basically confirmed that the friends that we've all made because of this station are keepers for life, for an eternity. And with that said, when I say it cannot be rivaled, I want to give my side answer. But at first, I would like to take a couple of phone calls. Should we take a couple of phone calls?
Interesting.
Oh, there's nobody on the phone? Okay, what do I do now?
You leave us no choice, listeners.
Nice setup.
How in the heck can that guy think he could play within this, not just your station's league, but any station's league?
Well said. And having a producer, Joe, named Ivan. You can't make this up. And Ivan doesn't get it. Instead of saying Ixnay, he goes, there are none.
The number's right in
And
front of
you would have think that would have been the perfect humbling experience for the quintessential narcissist, and it wasn't.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, Joe, I don't feel bad for Baldwin because of how bad he is, but you would think they'd be coached up a little bit to say, you're not just going in there and talking. It's a little bit different when you get under the gun.
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't throw the guy in the ninth inning who never threw a pitch in his whole life to save a game.
Hey, Joe, you're one of our baseball gurus, too. Where do we, I know they're well-meaning, but leave it aside from qualifiers like Latino pitcher, but what Sanchez has done here goes back 100 years plus as far as greatness. It's amazing.
Yeah, it is. And, you like to see these guys capture and preserve their moment in time. Did I want to see anybody, let alone Pete Rose, beat Joe DiMaggio's record? No. But I was glued to that TV every day of his hitting streak, and I was excited for him. So, yeah, you like to see when these things come upon you, come their way.
Well, that record, I'll go on record here long after us, Joe. That record's never going to be broken, the 56th game. You just can't do it. I don't see. The odds are beyond belief.
No. And in this game, with all the fresh arms they bring in every 4 innings, 5 innings, no, it's not going to happen anymore. But you like to see somebody strive to that level, or at least come and approach that level. So, yeah, 55 innings of shutout ball. That's pretty incredible. That's remarkable.
It is, Joe. Nice call. Good one. Yeah, Alec Baldwin on the abusing @ insufferable.
You leave us no choice, listeners.
My first guest, speaking of insufferable, is Larry Krasner. That's my dream here in these 3 seats in front of me. I got Jim Kenney. I got Larry Krasner. I don't know who's in the 3rd seat. I got to work on that. Probably a national figure where, it would be, couldn't get past 10 seconds without it. I'd zone in on Krasner. Krasner is one of a kind. He is in a league of his own. Yeah, that's my choice today. When it comes to insufferable, it's Krasner. Notice, I got to call him out. I got to pull up on Jim Jordan. Jim Jordan hasn't called him in. Don't get cold feet, Jim. Bring Krasner in for testimony. Come on. We want to go to Washington and cover that. Let's go to Buddy in National Park on Talk Radio 1210. Hey, Buddy, you got an idea for Mulligans?
Yeah, that's a great. I was just thinking Big Al played for the Washington Generals, and he's a frequent caller.
Oh, yeah.
And he talks about it. And I was thinking maybe if Big Al's listening, which he usually does, he might step into the ring, and let's see what you guys really got.
Oh, so you like a 2-on-2, Pete and Big Al against Henry and me.
I like where this is going.
Yeah, okay, that's
go.
even better. We'll murder the bums if it's 2-on-2. There you go.
Now, Big Al was a high school. He works at, as far as I know, he worked at a couple high schools.
How tall is Big Al? How tall is Big Al?
Big Al, he's about 6'8".
Come on, Dan's 6'8", too. And
we have some height disadvantages in this game.
Yo,
all right, let Big Al know. Okay, let Big Al know. So 6'5", 6'8". I can't even cheat my height anywhere near that. Henry won't cheat his height. That's a problem. You got to say 6'3" at least for this.
Or you can get Dan, who's 6'7".
Yeah, we're not tagging Dan. That's not.
That's maybe if he's right around the rim.
Catching the ball might be an issue there. And he might tap out.
Keep it high, Dan.
You might tap out about 2 minutes into the game or fewer.
I will say, if Big Al plays, we do have one thing on our side in that regard. Washington Generals aren't exactly known for winning.
Big Al knows how to tank. Big Al might go in the tank. We could get to him. All right, Al.
Sam Hinkie would have loved him.
Johnny's got all the bourbon you want. Just go in the tank here. Okay.
Nice.
All right, let's Big Al, I'm sure, will contact us. I was looking around at parks. There's a couple of them near Mulligans. I don't know the before and after, though. I got a lot of stuff going on with this. But, yeah. 855-839-1210. That's how you get in. I think we have enough room. It is time for...
It's Dom's Money Melody.
Has all the money gone?
That is exactly right. Today we're playing for a copy of Scott Jennings' book, A Revolution of Common Sense, How Donald Trump Stormed Washington and Fought for Western Civilization. Okay, Henry.
Yeah, Dom. So today on the side question, we're asking for something that's in a league of their own. So I went to music, and I thought, who's in a league of their own for music? And I, of course, came up with the Beatles. They're the number one, artist of all time, according to Billboard. But then I thought, gosh, if I go with the Beatles, all Dom's going to do is bring up the Rolling Stones and how they were actually better than the Beatles. So I decided to flip at the last second, and we're going to do something by the Rolling Stones instead. Yeah, the number 2 artist all time in the Billboard top charts. So, anywho, I'm going to play you I Can't Get No Satisfaction Today, only it's going to be covered by a cover artist. This particular cover artist, I would say, was in a league of their own in the late 90s, early 2000s, actually becoming the first ever woman to have 4 albums go straight to number 1 on the American charts. So I want to know the name of this cover artist who was in a league of their own back in the early 2000s. Let's take a listen. Want to know the name of this artist who was in a league of their own in the 2000s?
All right, hit us with that, and you get the book, and you get the belt for today. And I do have that Joe Concha clip coming up in which he compares Kamala Harris to avocados. All straight ahead on Talk Radio 1210.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Mark?
I've been doing home remodeling for 30-plus years, but the economy crashed. I wound up losing my home, losing my job, and on top of that, owing the IRS a ton of money. I owed the IRS $114,000. It really, truly was the worst part of my life.
Then Mark found tax relief advocates.
On news radio, I heard about TRA, and I thought, what's the worst that could happen? So I picked up the phone and I called them. When it was all said and done, TRA settled my $114,000 debt for $100, and I'm telling you, I was ecstatic. Could not believe it. Would recommend TRA to anyone.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Mark did and call TRA for a consultation.
But TRA did. They gave me a second chance, and I'm forever grateful.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-491-9914. 800-491-9914. That's 800-491-9914.
Ready for your next Jeep? Tri-County Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is the perfect fit waiting. Step into a new 2026 Jeep Wrangler with legendary capability. Now leasing for just $392 a month during the Declaration of Deals event. Need more? We have over 25 Jeep Grand Cherokees packed full of savings. Stop by during Declaration of Deals event to get your next Jeep at 422jeep.com or visit us at 15 D&L Drive 100 in Limerick. 39 month lease, 7,500 miles per year, $29.99 due at signing. Zero security deposit with approved credit, plus tax, tag, title, and any other governmental charges. Expires 5/31/2026.
This is Mike Quick. Get rid of those flimsy tablets and slow computers and get your team the game changer in point-of-sale solutions for restaurants, casinos, and bars. PDQ POS. Their state-of-the-art technology ensures that transactions are swift, secure, and hassle-free. But that's not all. PDQ Signature Systems is not just a point-of-sale system, it's a complete business management solution. Join the thousands of companies that have made the switch and upgrade to a customized POS solution from PDQ Signature Systems. Visit PDQPOS.com.
Now we're moving into summer, and it's time we find out how brutal the winter weather was to our home. Hey, it's Rich Izzioli. If you're looking for a contractor that can help you with repairs during this time, or maybe you want to get a jump on those renovations, go with my guys, Emmons. They deliver protection, peace of mind, and true craftsmanship. That's why Emmons has always been my go-to contractor for over 10 years in 2 different homes. And they even just remodeled our kids' bathroom. Plus, you're going to get American-made products, American-made roofing products to lifetime warranted Owens Corning roofs built to handle severe weather, siding that elevates and insulates your home, and made in America, windows and doors that blend style and performance, made in America. Emmons has you covered every step of the way. So go to emmonsroofing.com, upgrade your home with confidence, make sure you tell them I sent you, and always go with the company that I go with because I trust them and they've delivered for me each and every time in 2 different homes. That's Emmons Roofing, emmonsroofing.com.
This is the sound of Claire cooking dinner at home. And that's the sound of a fraud alert from Wells Fargo, flagging a charge for a pricey restaurant in Paris. Considering Claire isn't in Paris right now, that seemed odd to the bank and to Claire. 2 taps later, Claire says nope to the charge, and Wells Fargo is on the case. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
93% of Pennsylvanians killed in a car crash while unbelted could have survived if they just buckled up. One simple click, a second of your time. It's the difference between making it home to your loved ones or not making it home at all. Whether you're a driver or a passenger, make the life-changing choice to wear a seatbelt. Every drive, every time. It's not just the law, it's common sense. Buckle up, PA. Learn more at penndot.pa.gov/safety.
Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Free speech lives here with Kale and Company weekday mornings on Odyssey's #1 talk station, 1210 WPHT.
It's Dom's Money Melody.
By the way, note to Linda Kearns, I'm being inundated on Twitter with, of course, the voice, Frank Sinatra, in a league of his own as vocal stylist, singers, etc. As much as I think Sinatra's the king, gotta say Elvis is relatively close.
You don't want to get on Linda's bad graces.
I'm saying legitimately.
Yeah.
I don't know that there's a clear win there. Trying to think, is there a female vocalist, though, isn't a league of her own? Who that might be.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Imagine it can be a negative character. I really tell you, I don't know every figure nationally, but at least on a local, regional level, Larry Krasner is in a league of his own. He is the all-time most insufferable figure I've seen, and I've never had him on. Still time, Larry. The impeached Larry Krasner. Whatever he tells you, we impeached him. Lori in Doylestown, though. And, let's play the sound again. I'm sorry. Here's the clue. Yes. Hmm.
In a league of her own in the 2000s, Dom.
Mm-hmm. Lori in Doylestown. Hey, Lori, what's your answer?
Hi, is that Britney Spears?
All right, very nice. I don't know why I was guessing Madonna.
Whoa,
Yeah,
you're way off.
on that. Yeah,
No, that's
a
little too late for her.
Yeah. Britney Spears, though, not in a league of her own.
In the 2000s, she was.
Oh.
That's what I was saying with the hint. First woman to have 4 albums go straight to the number 1 in the American charts. Youngest person to get a star on the Walk of Fame.
Boy, that's
it's
hard to remember.
And she did that in 2003. So,
right.
I mean, she was off the charts for about 4 or 5 years there, and then obviously,
And the whole thing with her not being able to make decisions with the father-in-law.
Right,
Free Britney Spears, yeah. Pretty wild stuff. Okay, Lori, you got the win. We will get you the book. Nicely played. 855-839-1210. Oh, you know what? I got to go to Lance on this one to get a really good one on the board. I have to admit, I might be sold lock, stock, and barrel because if the film is anywhere near accurate, this guy, is there somebody else that could do what he did? Because most people, even great pilots, Henry, I think would have said, you know what? No, we're going to try to make the airport. Yeah, but we're not going to make it. You got to try to make the airport. Let's go to Lance in South Philly. Hey, Lance, what do you have today?
How you doing, Dom? They wanted him to go to Teterboro, and he told them, I'm not going to make it. I'll be in the Hudson. Other pilots might have tried that, and everyone would have died. I think it was 165 people on that Airbus.
Yep.
And he told them, I'm not making it. And they asked him, was he sure? And even during the, afterwards in the investigation, he tells them, now are you ready to get serious, that I explained to you why I put the plane down in the Hudson. It's Sullenberger.
Yeah, it is the most remarkable thing, but I don't know. I may be twisting what you said. I thought he believed he could do it. I thought he knew he could do it. He was confident.
Well, he knew he could do that. What I was saying was they wanted him to go to Teterboro.
Oh, yeah.
And he knew he couldn't make it to Teterboro.
Yeah, that was the thing, Lance, to defy that, because you can't make it, but you got to pretend like you're going to do it. You can't do it.
No. And as far as Britney Spears goes, when Britney Spears was out, no one could put out music. Not Pink, not Christina Aguilera. No female artist could put out music because Britney Spears was a force to reckon with.
Amen, Lance.
All right. Thank you, Lance. Great week play. By the way, 2 artists have dropped out of the Washington concert series. I don't even know these guys. I'm not sure if they're rappers, Mr. C and Young C and all. You can Google it, Henry.
Yeah.
They've dropped out because they say it sounds like it's political. Well, it is. It's going to be associated with Trump. But somebody's got to get to Trump and go, look, you can't be associated with Milli Vanilli and Vanilla Ice back to back. I mean, do you want mockery? Come on. Who's booking there? Who's booking for Trump? Philadelphia is better than the Washington. I have to say, at least name-wise. They're still not patriotic or anything. It's just Philadelphia. But how are Milli Vanilli for 4th of July or whatever it is?
I was reading something yesterday because the one caller called in and told us, Milli Vanilli, one half of Milli Vanilli had died. Back in the 90s.
So there's only one of them.
So there's only one of them, and the other one was a producer, and those 2 are dead, so the only one left, he got all the rights to the music. Apparently, he tours now with, like, a live band, and people say that this version of Milli Vanilli is the best one. It's much better than the original. So I found that funny. I was like, oh,
yeah,
okay.
But once you get caught up in this, we're not going to forget this one anytime soon.
No.
I mean, and then Vanilla Ice is the act after that, at least in the order that I saw. It's a mockery. Come on, they know people. They can't get any of these country guys in there. I thought they'd get Kid Rock at least, and then he gets a whole bunch of people in there. My God, Milli Vanilli. Even Philadelphia, I got to say, is better. And that takes some doing to say that. I'm not sure why Scott Bessent is, I'm getting a sense Scott Bessent is taken over today as the person speaking about the Iranian proposal that apparently is a deal. It's just that President Trump has to sign off on it. Now, Bessent is pretty good at pushing back on stuff, and he's the one talking about sanctions and all the stuff that we've done on Iran. Henry, you don't know, is Virginia Coates on tomorrow or is she traveling? We don't know yet.
As far as I know, she's still on.
Okay,
I'll
good.
ask,
yeah, because by tomorrow we might have more clarity. I don't like this deal. And again, just because it's a Trump administration, we want to get out of this. The deal is they will open up the Strait of Hormuz, remove mines over the next 30 days. I thought we had removed them. And it's a 60-day ceasefire. So now we're into almost August that we're still dealing with this. And what we're going to be negotiating are the nuclear parts of this, of how that will work. But the deal says, at least according to the report that I have, they will announce they're giving up their nuclear aspirations. Yeah, I get that Trump can hang his hat on that. See, I got him to say that. But what kind of rights do we have to inspect or do whatever in order to verify that? They'll say anything, of course. But they're not even just saying anything. Do you see how long they can drag stuff out? That's why for 47 years they've done this. So I think Bessent is saying that we're taking this position now so that we have more time to negotiate this, but we got a deal. And will the president sign off on that? Trump said apparently in the next couple of days, and then it would be a 60-day ceasefire. We could be, I would say we're going to be into August. This comes up again. Now, what if they don't do something along this way and they string it out more? You realize we're getting close to Labor Day. That's really the kickoff of the midterms. This means gas prices, well, I'm not sure. The markets are reacting pretty favorably, and crude oil is down, but it's not down overwhelmingly because there's a lack of certainty here. So, we're not going to see even over 60 days, I don't think. Could we get under $4 at the end of these 60 days because things look like they're going pretty well? I would take that bet. I'd say we get under $4. But can we get close to $3 at the end of this? I wouldn't take that bet. And this is something that's going to be watched by people. This is the thing that we all watch. Not a good deal. Trump on the $250 bill. That's why Bessent is there. And he's just said that's in Congress's hands. Oh, my God.
Oh, boy.
A $250 bill. Who's going to be running around with a $250 bill?
Certainly not me.
All right.
Imagine being the guy. Can you break a $250?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, right.
Get out of my store.
I need a pack of gum. All right. 855-839-1210. Jump on board. Somebody wants to rain on the Sully parade. I don't know if I can do that. He is in a league of his own. That's a really good answer. League of their own on this, Saturday, the league of their own started. Somebody clearly in any kind of category you like, above the rest. That's next. Talk Radio 1210. Okay, let's talk for a moment. If you're sick of prices constantly rising, especially on some of the basic essentials, you're not alone. And Rescue is doing something about it. This month, this Memorial Month, Rescue Natural Supplements is featuring huge rollback prices on all their products, from cholesterol and metabolic support to their best-selling high-intensity omega-3s. What's more, you can actually stack up your savings. When you buy 2 or more bottles, you'll get bonus bottles for free. Just go to res-q.com to shop these deals, stock up on your favorites, or try something new that fits your health goals. Rescue products are meticulously crafted, rigorously tested, and rooted in the belief that wellness should be personal, effective, and grounded in science. So what are you waiting for? Stack those savings up with major rollback prices on top of this Memorial Month deal site-wide. Shop today at res-q.com or call a product consultant at 800-26-ALIVE, 800-262-5483. Now's the best time to put your health first and start feeling better. Just go to res-q.com.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. Mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Tune in to the Crash Proof Retirement Show Saturdays at 11 a.m. to hear Joanne Small-Canella and Tracy Stillman. The Crash Proof Retirement Show, Saturday mornings at 11 on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Hey, this is Larry Steinitz with Investor Schooling. I've been talking about myself for all these years. Now it's time for you to hear from one of our great clients.
Investor Schooling lives up to the promises. Larry's a great teacher, teaches about the whole new approach to thinking about money. I've taken to heart many of the things that he's taught me, and my financial life has improved.
Come to Investor Schooling, and you could be just like Charlie and change your financial life. Go to investorschooling.com. We will see you Thursday.
As Philly celebrates 250 years, it's a reminder that the businesses that last are the ones you can truly trust. That's why so many families rely on United Tire and Service. When it comes to your car, you deserve honesty, clear explanations, and no pressure. Just experienced mechanics who tell you what you need, what can wait, and get the job done right. With more of us keeping our cars longer than ever, having a team you trust really matters. Visit UnitedTire.com or your locally owned United Tire. Don't drive alone. Drive United.
I'm Paul Cozy from Cozy Jewelers, and we're not your typical jewelry store. We're a family-owned jeweler and manufacturer, crafting nearly every piece right here in-house. When you shop with us, you're getting a curated, custom design experience, not just a selection of cases on a shelf. That means every piece is personal, crafted with care, and made to last. If you want something different, truly unique, and made just for you, this is fine jewelry the way it's meant to be. Come see us in Newtown Square and step up to the 5th C. Color, cut, clarity, carat, and cozy.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to install a mailbox.
Let's go.
But there's one critical step before digging.
Wait, what?
Call 811 to have utility companies mark their underground lines. Failure to do so will result in catastrophic gas line damage. This message will not self-destruct, but your yard might if you don't contact 811 before you dig. Visit pa1call.org.
I should have listened to the home message first.
Weather sponsored by the Piazza Auto Group.
A less humid air mass continues to build into the Delaware Valley. Today we'll see a mixture of sunshine and clouds, very pleasant with a high 78. For tonight, mostly clear and cool, low 56 for the city, a bit cooler in the suburbs, and another pleasant day on Friday with a mix of sun and clouds with a high of around 80.
Premium performance meets plug-in efficiency at Piazza Mazda of Westchester and Reading. Get 0% APR for 72 months or $5,000 customer cash on the 2026 Mazda CX-70 and CX-90 PHEV SUVs. Visit PiazzaMazda.com for details.
Broadcasting live from the Piazza Premium Automobile Studios.
Powering your drive with 10 brands and 20 locations.
Talk Radio 1210, WPHT.
Okay, it is Dom time. A lot of people jumping on board, all time in the league of their own. By the way, a couple things. Ryan Clark, I've seen him on CNN, and I think his reputation is that race is the area that he leans toward in his commentary analysis, either on the air or in other incidents. His take on what happened with the Giants quarterback is amazing. He says that Abdul Carter should have handled it behind the scene. No, I had no problem with them publicly. I don't care. I'm not here to team chemistry and all that. This is beyond that. Dart had a right to do that. Abdul Carter had a right to call him out if he wanted. Here's the part I object to with Ryan Clark from ESPN. He said the president has clearly picked a side, and standing next to him gives the impression that you have to, which means you stand in direct opposition of the majority of your teammates. It's a conversation to be had behind closed doors, but it's an important conversation. The problem with these sports analysts and the stuff that you get into with this is this. Spit it out, buddy. Tell me it's like that caller we had early on. Tell me specifically. I don't care if we get into a brawl then. Everybody knows I'm fine. So what is he talking about here? Is he saying Trump is taking a stand? Does he mean it's racial? I know that Trump has taken a stand because of Trump being in favor of the Supreme Court decision or redistricting, probably the Supreme Court decision on these minority districts. That's racism. The Supreme Court found that they're right constitutionally. Was there a time when that was necessary with the Voting Rights Act? Okay. When was that time passed? I think by now it has. Henry, what do you think he's getting at here, the bone of contention, aside from Trump? Or is he just saying in general Trump? I don't think he's saying in general. He seems to be indicating some position.
Yeah, he always likes to implicate something. I actually don't know where he's kind of headed with this.
But it's racial. He's saying your teammates are in opposition to this 70%, 75%.
I mean, he tends to make things a little bit racial in his takes, and he has to back down on it later. So I wouldn't be surprised if later today you'd see an apology or something from him regarding that. But
I don't even know if they have an opinion on something specific. They may not like Trump in general. Or is it, this is a white guy quarterback, which, okay, we got a different dynamic. Saquon played with Trump golf. Nobody said anything. 2 reasons. He's unbelievable. He's an unbelievable person, and he's black. Dart is none of those things, at least yet, or obviously. So I guess you can bring up, what has Trump done differently suddenly that's racial? It's a Supreme Court decision, et cetera here. I just wish, whatever we're arguing about, if I know what it is, I'm okay. When you say, well, these players are in opposition to it. To what? To Trump in general?
Right. Well,
that's not true.
Yeah, that's when sports analysts delve into the world of politics, and they're just giving, general vagaries about nothing.
Right.
There's no new, they don't know what they're talking about.
I get their point. They're in the world of sports, team unity, do this behind closed doors, I guess. I have no problem with either one of them duking it out. I just, if you can't play on a team for all the money you're being paid, plus just your own dignity as an athlete, and go all out, something's wrong with you then, because one guy's there with Trump and the other guy goes after him. So should I not protect Abdul Carter because he goes after the quarterback and he's going after Trump? No, I don't care about any of them. I'm out there to win and to do whatever I can, both individually for me. So, Henry, you and I differ. What's the biggest one? We differ on the Odyssey. When we're playing Big Al and Big Pete, am I going to, Kirk, do you think, say, nah, I'm not picking for Henry. Let him get open himself. Come on.
We're going to have a hard time scoring points then.
Yes. And will Henry be the picker or the pickee? I'm not sure here.
I'm a big pick and pop guy.
Oh, well, I pick very effectively. And I think these guys play by old-time rules where you really can pick. None of that stuff of standing with your arms in. We're playing picking. You can do whatever you want. Will Johnny volunteer to be the referee? Oh, man. We need a celebrity referee.
Swallow that whistle, Johnny.
Yeah, that's it, John. No, let him play. I don't care about it. They can try to rough me up a little bit.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
How many is there like a limit to fouls?
No, there's no limit in this.
Oh, there's not. Oh, okay.
Prison yard rules.
No, that's right.
Okay. Yeah. Great video.
Maybe the mayor of Wildwood, Ernie, might jump in. Who do we have there? Joe of Columbus would give it a shot, I'm sure. I'm not sure about Jeff Andrew as a basketball ref. I'm not
Scott of Mount Laurel.
Scott of Mount Laurel.
Coach.
All right, and he usually comes. That's right. Here's a guy, Scott of Mount Laurel, who said he could have Dan shooting 70% foul shots within a couple days. Come on, Scott. I don't see that. By the way, let's play that clip, Henry, youtube.com/1210, and I'll get your commentary. We have two of them on Trump with the Knicks. Here's President Trump hitting a foul shot. This is The Apprentice, Season 4, Episode 9. My question is, how many takes did they have to do? He's shooting alongside Jamal Crawford, Penny Hardaway, and Isaiah Thomas with Melania. What is it with Trump in the overcoat? He's inside Madison Square Garden. He takes off the overcoat. He's still got a full suit on, shooting the foul shot, and he does some kind of form like it's too much over his head, kind of pushing a ball like this. Here's have to do a lot of takes on that.
I was just about to say that.
Maybe, yeah. The way he shoots, where he brings the ball up above his head and then kind of like shifts his feet, so he's putting his entire body into the shot. Leads me to believe, that might not have been the first take.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking there.
Heavily edited.
Heavily edited with the suit on and all that, but it went in pretty cleanly. It wasn't bouncing around.
The shot they showed,
exactly.
Switch,
exactly. So I think there could have been a little technology involved. And tomorrow we might play Marv Albert. He interrupts him, Trump does, during a game.
During the finals.
Yes.
Kathy Hochul got wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong here, Kathy.
All right, Maureen in Wynwood on Talk Radio 1210. Hey, Maureen, thank you for the wait. Go right ahead.
Okay, I think I have a winner, Dom.
Okay.
I'm going to say Johnny Weissmuller.
All right, Johnny Weissmuller. Okay. Tarzan, you mean the swimming or the Tarzan?
Well, both. He was in a league of his own in both of them.
Okay.
He was the first person to break a minute in the 100 freestyle.
Right.
He was the first person ever to break 5 minutes in the 440 free. He won 5 gold medals in the Olympics. He won a bronze in the Olympics on the water polo team. He's in the International Swimming Hall of Fame. He has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He's on the cover with other people on the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
He is.
And
Johnny Weissmuller is, yeah?
Yep, one of them. And then I have more, but I'll just
Okay, well, thank you, Maureen. That is a good one. I was going to say, all the people who play James Bond, you know what I'm going to say, in a league of his own, it's Sean Connery. You shouldn't even allow these other guys to play it.
I don't know. I think people would point at Daniel Craig. The amount of movies he had.
he's not.
I mean, that's why I think it's been the longest time in between Bond movies since the last Daniel Craig one, because they're having such a hard time trying to fill those shoes.
Well, whoever said, let's tag Pierce Brosnan in,
that was
be hit in the head with a cantaloupe like he was in Mrs. Doubtfire.
I disagree. I think he's a good Bond as well. I think the writing maybe went a little too sideways and hurt his legacy.
Man. The writing could.
Well, I wish I had Sean Connery here, what he would say. He might be profane to Henry on that one. Yeah. It's all in the dance. 855-839-1210. It is the lightning round. Jump in, hit us with that person in a league of their own. They're so much better than anybody else. Hit us with that on Talk Radio 1210.
In Philadelphia, Chase is proud to root for the home team because they're our team too. We cheer from the bleachers and on the sidelines. We cheer for gymnasts and quarterbacks. And with more than 80 local Chase branches and 5,000 nationwide, we are right beside you, Philadelphia. Neighborhood bankers, digital tools, national strength. Chase, make more of what's yours.
JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
What would you do with up to $10,000 to travel anywhere in the world? Right now, Lemus Remodeling Group is giving homeowners in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware the chance to win big with their 2026 Travel Voucher Sweepstakes. Just enter by May 31st, and you could be packing your bags for the trip of a lifetime. Your dream vacation on Lemus. For official rules and to enter, visit GoLemus.com. That's GoLemus.com. No purchase necessary.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free no-risk consultation. 800-323-8922. 800-323-8922. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. 800-323-8922.
Now, you can listen to Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on the iHeartRadio app.
The time has come for the final test.
We usually call it the lightning round.
All right, that is right. By the way, Leslie killing it on Twitter, Fishopine. The fact checker, I think, has put the lies and distortions, but mostly lies of President Trump at over 30,000 plus. I think just in his term, he seems to be saying. Leslie would like to know, with the resurfacing of Jill Biden, how many would Joe Biden? And the answer appears to be maybe not as many. I mean, how could we ever say he was lying? What do you have to have intentionality there to be doing that? I can hardly wait till she comes to Philadelphia. I thought he was having a stroke. You think the moderator will jump in and goes, well, why didn't you do something during the commercial breaks then, Dr. Jill Biden? Let's go to Karen in North Carolina. Hey, Karen, what's yours?
Oh, hi, Dom.
Hi, Karen.
I'm sticking with the baseball theme. I wish you a Happy New Year because I haven't done it before.
Okay, well, we appreciate that from North Carolina. Yes.
You really make my year, brighten up my year down here. The person I'm thinking of is a baseball player, not the greatest of all time, but considered the GOAT in his area of expertise, and that would be Mariano Rivera, who is considered the best closer of all time with 652 saves, 5 World Series rings, and every time I watch a Phillies pitcher struggle to close out a game, I think, where is Mariano Rivera?
That is a great one, and I don't think he knew what he was doing. The way that pitch exploded when it got in the zone and all, Mariano Rivera didn't know what he was doing. It was just a gift suddenly. It's God. It's a hand of God.
It's a hand of God at that point?
Oh, yeah. I think so. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You think there's a better reliever?
Probably not. I mean,
Yeah.
Hoffman's got to be in the discussion, but no, it's got to be Mariano.
Yeah. Drew in Upper Darby. Hey, Drew, headed to Greek Fest tonight.
I don't know, Dom. I'm not sure. They always have one in Upper Darby around September, so that's pretty good. But,
One Greek Fest per person. Okay.
Hey, Dom, I'm going to go with Nolan Ryan. He not only had 7 no-hitters in his career, 7 of them, but, you know, when he was in the American League, I know he pitched in the National League, but when he amassed the majority of his strikeouts in the American League, he was facing a designated hitter.
Sure.
Every time. For example, when Steve Carlton got many of his strikeouts, he got a lot of them against the opposing pitcher when he batted.
Well, you're leaving out the bigness.
strikeouts.
Yeah, you're leaving out the bigness part, though. For me, with Nolan Ryan, when Ventura charged the mound with his pitching hand,
of course,
he blasted
but
a guy that side. That's Hall of Fame stuff. Yeah.
He had that uppercut. And 7 no-hitters, Dom. That's the amazing part. Thanks, man.
Exactly. Good stuff there. Don't know that it's that much a league of their own, other than the guy just seems to be mythical. Yeah, a little bit of that. Michael in Wilmington. Michael, how about yours?
Hey, Dom, how are you, my good sir? Hey, Kirk, hey, Henry. Yeah, Dom, mine. This guy may not have been landing planes in the Hudson, and may not have had no hitters. But in the world of candy, fictional, no one did it better than Willy Wonka, the Wonka bar, the everlasting gobstopper, and then who, of course, could not forget the "I said good day, sir" at the end of the movie. I said good day, sir.
Thank you that's a great comeback. Yeah, we ought to be using more of that. God, I'm looking at the highlights of the Biden years, and Jill Biden denying she saw a decline. She thought it must be a stroke in the middle of the presidential debate. My goodness. When you lead with that, where is there to go? Bill and Bucks on Talk Radio 1210. Bill, I have one for you. The ultimate, he's not the ultimate chameleon, the ultimate independent, Brian Fitzpatrick. League of His
Yes.
Own.
Yes, he is. I was going to say his name, but most people don't know who he is. I guess unless you're from Bucks County.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, he's now doing a tour about the anti-weaponization fund, whatever.
Oh yeah.
We'll see where that goes. He's been on all the news shows, especially the Sunday shows. Yeah. My female singer-songwriter in a league of her own. She just turned 78 years old on May 26th, just a couple of days ago. And she was one of the top talents with a group called Fleetwood Mac. Stephanie Lynn Nicks, also known as Stevie Nicks.
Yeah, that's a really good one. And Bill Clinton helped with that big time. The Earl of Tacony. All right, he's bringing up the big guns here. Earl, what's yours today?
I'm going to go with Walt Disney. As a real estate developer, bought a bunch of thousands of acres of worthless swampland, managed to convince the state of Florida to secede from the state of Florida, form as practically his own state. In fact, secede from the United States and form his own country or world, and with his own government, his own police force, his own fire department. In fact, the man was so powerful, he would not have been able to do the Wonderful World of Disney if ABC didn't carry him and carry the show. And the Wonderful World of Disney goes and turns around and now owns ABC.
Oh, that is absolutely true. Yeah, Disney is one of a kind. Bob in Broomall, I'll admit I have to knock myself out as a judge on this because I saw him once and I'm still awestruck. Bob in Broomall. Bob, who's yours?
Wilt Chamberlain.
All right, explain.
Gotta be. Oh, how about all the records? He has 10 records just in his rookie year.
Oh, you left out the best part, the 20,000 rebounds and
it's 48 minutes, over 48 minutes a game.
All right. No, Bob, you didn't get the memo. The 20,000 women. Yeah. I forget if the host was breaking that down. Come on, Wilt. The math doesn't add up here in studio because he wouldn't let me.
Someone did break down the math, and he was just like, "Yeah, yeah, that's right. That sounds right."
Yeah, he started talking about the 2 and 3 a day stuff, and starting at 16, I believe. Wilt said.
I might have been earlier than that. I think.
Yeah. I mean, Henry, if you grew up around that time and you just saw him walking down the hallway, I'm going, I don't care about Oliver North, and he's the center of the universe right now. He's walking down. Get him out of here. Wilt is coming in. Mike Baldini, who you met, got an orange signed by him. I don't know if he still has it.
Yeah,
I didn't forget seeing that. Yeah. Let's go to Gary in Newtown. Gary, what's yours today?
Hey, Dom, can I fill that third seat for you? I want it to be Governor Christie.
Whoa. The charging rhino. When Christie was snorting, I think we have that tape still, Gary, and he's snorting. What exactly did I say? He almost said you blank in it. Then when he told the guy, I'm going to need more time with Dom today, I was ready to say, yeah, buddy, you're going to need an eternity here.
I'm telling you, we could sell tickets for that one.
Oh, God, he's good. On his feet, that guy is as good as it gets.
Now, this guy is no longer around, but he is one of a kind. He was one of 217 Republicans House of Representatives that did not take any AIPAC money at all. Thomas Massey.
All right. I want to give Pete a little time here, as always. We only have about 30 seconds. Pete, sorry to limit you. What do you have today?
Hello, Dom, and good afternoon.
Jesus.
Hey, Dom, Henry, it's good to talk to you guys today. All right, Dom, I hate to correct a fellow caller, Zenos. I don't got his voice down next week.
Okay.
However, I believe Nolan Ryan has more wins in the National League than the American League. However, Nolan Ryan does not only have the most no-hitters in baseball, he has the most one-hitters and the most two-hitters in the history of baseball.
Gotcha. Not surprising. Sorry, Pete. We were on that one time. Kurt, who did you like?
I'm going with Joe with Alec Baldwin's attempt on as a PhD
Joe of
host.
Columbus, and Henry was complicit in that call. It seemed like you guys had that time down.
I was warned
What did you like, Henry?
Yeah, I like that call too. I like Maureen and Winwood's answer of Johnny Weissmuller, and he is on Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
Oh, man.
He's right behind the Beatles.
Yeah.
Michael Wilmington with Willy Wonka, and Earl and Tacony with Walt Disney.
Let's go. The Johnny Weissmuller call. Joe was great, but let's throw Maureen in there. That was out of the box, and the Sgt. Pepper's. What? All right. Mike Opelka is next. Big show tomorrow. Stacey Garrity and I think Victoria Coates. Are we at peace? We'll find out here on Talk Radio 1210.